A ver, que tengo que comprobar si se me escucha bien y se escucha bien el vídeo. A ver. Sí, se me escucha. Anda, mira, Sergi, ¿qué tal? A ver si se escucha bien. O sea, escucháis bien lo diré, el vídeo y mi voz a la vez, bien. Aún así, cuando haya... cuando estén los juegos, me pondré la otra escena, que es solo el tráiler, porque se disfruta más, ¿sabes? A ver, que tengo aquí el portátil. Uf, 15 minutos. Madre mía, hasta que empiece. Ay. Bueno, a ver qué tal el... A ver, va a haber muchos juegos triples A, la verdad. Más que indies, pero bueno. Pero siempre... Los que enseñan aquí siempre son chulos. Y bueno, aparte está el South of Midnight, que yo, como si no sabréis, pues tengo muchas ganas de jugarlo. Así que bueno, a ver qué tal. Voy a colocarme porque me estoy moviendo. Me he puesto ahí... Espérate. Así, ya está. Ay, bueno. Me ha hecho gracia porque ha salido un texto ahí que ponía... como publica... ¿Qué era? Publica mensajes... Lovely message o algo así. Digo, mira, justo. A ver... Se escucha borroso. Pues me iba a cenar yo ya y me voy al canal del directo y digo, nada, aquí me quedo. Bueno, yo creo que todavía te da tiempo a cenar, ¿eh? Tampoco sé cuán rápido cenas tú, pero... A ver, voy a ver si... No, yo creo que es que tengo bien puesto el micro, ¿no? Este, sí. Como rápido. Ostras, pues yo ya no sé... Bueno, tenemos 12 minutos para arreglar, pero... Pues yo no me tengo puesto de ninguna forma que vaya esto rápido, ¿eh? Espera, ¿eh? Un segundo. Vale, ya. Bueno, dice que se me ve borroso. Espérate, voy a limpiar el móvil. No sé si es mejor, es que no sé. A lo mejor puede ser porque no haya casi luz. Pero bueno, no quería poner como la luz, porque si no es como... una luz ahí mientras vemos trailers, ¿sabes? Así que bueno. ¿Tendrán que ver los juegos que se están mostrando aquí? A ver. Ese es Bionic Bay. Ese es Reanimal. Pues entonces sí que va a ser, ¿no? Aunque no veo... ¡Ay, mira! Estaba el de los zombies. Y Cronos... Ese es Mandrágora, el Karma. Ese no me acuerdo el nombre. A ver, no veo... ¡Ay, mira! El de Once Upon a Puppet también. Bueno, veremos a ver, no sé. A lo mejor... Hola, Samuel. A lo mejor sí. Pero... Chun, 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 chun. No tengo para apuntar, pero bueno, luego si no, pues me lo... Pero... No, voy a coger. A ver, yo tenía aquí uno. Me lo apunto y luego ya lo paso. A ver si dan fechas. Que yo espero que sí, vaya. Fecha del Silson, sí, justo aquí. No creo que den fecha del Silson, la verdad. Eso será ya en un evento tocho. Porque yo creo que se lo rifarán entre Nintendo, entre PlayStation y demás. Y además porque juegas una baza que puedes decir atento, yo qué sé. Como se llamen a los jugadores del Silson, pero aquí yo creo que no. Aunque luego hay postgame. O sea, postgame. Postgame. Luego hay más. Y saldrán otros trailers. Así que bueno, a ver cuánto dura. Y cómo es el evento de después. Pero bueno. Sí. Bloodborne también para PC. Lo van a sacar aquí también. Todo. Yo creo que hasta el Abandoned también sale en el Future Game Show. ¿Cuál más podría ser? Aparte del Silson, de Abandoned. Me sale también el de Little Devil Inside. Estoy pensando, a ver. El Silson saldrá con el HL3. Ay, no sé qué es HL3. No sé qué es HL3. Estoy intentando descifrar HL3. Sí, si dan la fecha del Silson se cae internet. Y tanto que se cae. Es que ya es un poco pobrecillo. Yo creo que... No sé. Les ha debido de... Pues ir mal el desarrollo de alguna forma, no sé. O no han dado con la historia... Ah, vale, el Half-Life. Vale. Es que nunca he jugado Half-Life. Y lo pensé el otro día. Porque vi un tweet por Twitter. Obviamente. En el que comparaban como el RTX puesto, no sé qué. Y dije, mira, ahora que tengo PC, podría probar. Así que, bueno. Hola Mauricio, ¿qué tal? Pero bueno. Lo dicho, que los de Silson no sé. No sé a qué se debe. O pues eso, que a lo mejor quieren tener una historia a la altura del primero, ¿no? Entonces, bueno. Ya veremos, saldrá en algún punto. Anda que no hay juegos. Mientras. Madre mía. No hay tiempo para ello. No lo he jugado. ¿Qué va? Si es que yo no tenía PC para jugarlo. Pero sí. Lo pensé justo el otro día y dije, pues quizá me lo pille y lo pruebe. Así que bueno. Así últimamente, ¿a qué habéis estado jugando? Yo lo último... Bueno, lo último fue porque me apeteció un montón jugar al Sherlock. y me puse a jugar. Que encima me jugué de los 2 últimos, que es como que renovaron otra vez a los personajes, ¿no? Me jugué el The Awakened. O sea, me jugué el segundo en vez del primero, el Chapter 1, pero bueno, ya me jugaré el Chapter 1. Y bueno, estuvo bien, la verdad. Me lo pasé bien, también es bastante cortito, así que bueno. Y el anterior que me había jugado era el The Wolf Among Us. Y me encantó muchísimo. Oye, yo no sabía de qué iba. ¿Lo jugaste en la Steam Deck? Joder, pues no veas. Con el Tormented Souls. Lo tengo fuera, al lado de la Play. Porque me saqué algunos juegos que dije, bueno, los tengo que jugar. Y me lo debería jugar porque, claro, dentro de poco ya sale... Que dieron fecha el otro día y yo ahora no me acuerdo, pero va a salir el segundo. Me cagaré un poco, pero bueno. Lo jugaré. Y eso, el The Wolf Among Us me gustó muchísimo, la verdad. No sabía yo que era eso, sobre personajes de cuentos, ¿no? Al fin y al cabo con, pues eso, Blancanieves, con el lobo feroz. Me pareció muy curioso, me gustó mucho. Y me puse a buscar a ver cuándo salía el 2. Que, por cierto, no se sabe, obviamente. Pero bueno, tengo muchas ganas. A ver, ya pusieron algo a finales de 2024, diciendo algo así como... Bueno, no sé cuántos años se cumplen desde el primero. Y... os dejamos aquí unas imágenes del 2. Así que bueno, ahí está. O sea, sigue vivo. Song of Horror. Y me estoy acordando de ti. Voy cagada por la casa. Mucho ánimo, Sergi. Ya sabes qué bien lo paso yo con ellos. Pues el otro día la gente le empezó a llegar el juego de Layers of Fear. Y yo es ese tipo de juego que me pasa a veces con los libros, ¿no? Que dices tú, ay, me mola la portada, ¿no? Está guay, está chula, no sé qué. Voy a ver, tal. Y me puse a ver un tráiler y dije yo, ¿qué? Ya había una señora por un pasillo y dije, no puedo. O sea, es que tiene que ser otro tipo de... Quizá... Es que los sustos los llevo muy mal. Tampoco sé si lleva sustos, pero no sé, daba un mal rollo el juego que dije yo, no sé. Pero bueno. Si hubiese alguna demo, lo probaba. Para ver si... Pero es que ya lo de los pasillos en las casas... Mal. Me recordó ahí a PT, que nunca llegué a probarlo, pero bueno. Bueno, ya 3 minutos. A ver qué tal. Sí, pavor constante, pues. Entonces es un poco como el Silent Hill, ¿no? Que vas un poco ahí con el tema, aunque no es como te pegó susto, ¿sabes? Así que bueno. Una aventura narrativa de terror. Son más llevaderos. Pues... interesante eso. Pues quizás los pruebe, no sé. Hay veces, que me apetece jugar juegos de miedo, pero... Me apetece muy poco, pero a veces me apetece. A ver ese South of Midnight. Sí. Uf, qué ganas tengo. En el podcast en el que... Bueno, el que salgo, en el de GTM, todas las veces me pregunta Rami. Bueno, Calle, ¿y qué tal? ¿Cómo esperas South of Midnight? ¿Tienes ganas? Y yo, sí. Muchísimas, la verdad. Hola, Roberto, ¿qué tal? Pues saludos desde España. Así que bueno, a ver, tengo muchas ganas de jugar con Hazel. Es que ese rollo Kena en el que vamos como arreglando la naturaleza, es que me puede. Yo de pequeña soñaba con vivir como una especie de mansión tipo Casper y renovarla. Y limpiar, quitar telarañas y tal. Esas mierdas, yo, la verdad, que me pueden. Entonces, pues bueno, pues arreglar un poco, ¿no? Y eso me pasa también En The Division, si habéis jugado a uno de los juegos, bueno, yo creo que se da en el 2, ahora que lo estoy pensando, que vas mejorando como bueno, campamento, no sé muy bien cómo se llama en The Division. Y también me gusta, como que ves que está todo ahí medio mal. Madre mía, la música. No sé si bajarlo porque se les ha ido un poco, ¿no? Dispositivo de captura. Ah, espera, que no estoy donde toque. ¿Se escucha alto? Porque es que yo lo estoy escuchando. Quizá debería ponerme los cascos. Bueno, aunque ya voy tarde. Porque es que me he dado cuenta de que lo tengo yo puesto a tope. Bueno, ya está. Sí. Me estuvo buscando el otro día lo de los tomos para... ¿Sí? Ah, vale. Pues entonces si está bien para vosotros, a mí me da igual. Me estuve buscando los tomos, pero no me enteraba porque había una edición especial y no sé qué, y bueno, dije ya me lo miraré bien, porque el Clair Obscur también tiene buena pinta, la verdad. Aunque los turnos yo... Se me ha ido un poco hacia arriba esto, ahora ya.
Everybody, and welcome to the Future Game Show
Ay.
Spring Showcase. My name is Jennifer English, though you
Espérate.
probably know me best as God's favorite
No hay
princess,
subtítulos.
interesting girl in
Digo
the
para
world,
vosotros y eso.
aka
A mí me da igual.
Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 4. It's a pleasure to be here in this. How would you describe it?
Ominous.
Ominous auditorium to get you all up to speed with the latest video game news. So, as you can see, I won't be braving this journey alone, as I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction.
Thank you, Jennifer. But alas, I'm going to subject you all to one anyway. Yes, it is I, Nolan North, the voice of Nathan Drake, Dr. Richtofen, and a bunch of other guys you've probably spent 30 or so hours with while sitting on your couch. If you haven't heard of me, it's because I recently took the substance, and now there's this British dude called Ben Starr who's running around taking the jobs I used to get.
Le está quitando el puesto Ben a este hombre.
Do something about that guy. But that's a problem for another time, because over the next 90 minutes, we are laser focused on introducing you to a new generation.
¿Cuántos minutos ha dicho? Ah, que lo suba. Espera.
Gameplay trailers and a series of presentations from some of our industry's brightest developers.
No sé si lo estoy subiendo bien. Sí sube que se oye poco el show. Es que no sé cómo subirlo.
This is the next project from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
No sé si lo estoy subiendo o no lo estoy subiendo. A ver, un World Premiere. A 3 kilómetros. Estoy mirando, a ver, ¿por qué no me salen las cosas? A ver.
Okay, now we're cooking. That was your first look at Lost Rift, which is coming to Steam Early Access later this year. But you can wishlist it right now and join the Lost Rift Discord for more information.
Hola, Johnny.
Jen, I feel like you'll have something to say about this next trailer.
Yes, this one is quite special to me. We've got a new trailer for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and it's all about the character I'm playing in the game, which is now on this giant screen behind me. I cannot wait for you all to hear how her story unfolds, but for now, here's an introduction to your new favourite character in video games ever, Maya.
Creo que voy a poner todo a tope. Porque es que...
Having second thoughts about the expedition.
Please, I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your Gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here.
Miley.
Dance with the kids.
Lo siento, chicos. Es que yo el OBS no lo controlo muy bien. Ay.
Finesse and grace. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
Yo, bueno, a ver, si me da tiempo después del Sound of
Love to
Midnight.
see it. That was a closer look at Jen's character, Mael, in Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on April the 24th. So not long to go now. I do hope you get a chance to check it out, and if you don't, I will crawl through this screen and fight you.
Okay, hard pivot away from the Belle Epoque now, as we've got the next game from the horror maestros behind the award-winning Stasis series. Here's a closer look at Animal Use Protocol.
Es que no lo quiero tocar. A ver si lo voy a
This
romper.
place, wrong. This place, not
You
right.
say that about every place.
With insistence, wrong. Smell
¿Qué es
wrong.
esto?
Smell
Madre mía,
bad.
esto sí que le va a gustar a una
With
amiga que le gustan las
urgency.
ratas.
Move. Now under, hide.
Okay. If this
With
isn't
growing
Joder, que me lleva un
impatience,
Tamagotchi.
be quiet.
Qué bueno. El problema es que he tocado varios.
you're sure this is the right way?
With indignation, pathfinding, very good. Better than smelly hate. Better than run, run, run. Paralyzed in terror. Smelly hate, run. Run, 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 run.
Animal Use Protocol.
Animal Use Protocol is coming soon to PC, so stick it on your wish lists if you want to see more of this
Ah, sí, bueno.
Tamagotchi rat companion.
Ya estoy.
Now, as we learned earlier this year, Capcom's cult
que
classic
cuando ponen
samurai
los
series
trailers y encima
Onimusha
son nuevos,
is
pues
making a
digo, bueno,
major
pues me
comeback.
quito
And
la cara, ¿no?
thankfully,
Y tal.
for those of us who want to catch up, there's a remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny on the horizon.
Here's an inside look from the game's developers with a focus on Hell Mode, a brand new one-hit kill difficulty setting for the masochists among us.
Yo nunca he jugado Onimusha. No sé en qué año salió, la verdad.
The name says it's all, really. Hell is an extremely hard difficulty mode. All it takes is one hit from any enemy, and you'll die instantly. It's not for the faint of heart. I haven't been able to complete it myself yet, but some members of the staff have been able to pull it off. So I hope everyone tries it out to see if they can get through it.
Totalmente, lo de la ratilla me ha hecho mucha gracia, la verdad.
The original game was the first time I was in charge of the direction, so it has a special place in my heart, and this remaster brings a lot of tweaks.
Me recuerda un poco
Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition,
que al fin y al
we've
cabo
also included
la
quality of
pistola
life
te va
improvements to
hablando,
make it more fun to play.
pero bueno.
So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start, especially since the first game is available too. I'd love everyone to experience the world of Onimusha and explore every nook and cranny. So I look forward to your support.
Capcom's remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is coming to PC and consoles on May 23rd, later this year.
Don't miss it. Our next game is Nitro Gen Omega, a turn-based tactical RPG, ooh, my favourite, where you control a mech full of mercenaries. Let's take a look.
Curioso. Muy bueno, High on Life. Yo la verdad me lo pasé súper bien. Nitro Gen Omega.
A love letter to shonen anime, Nitro Gen Omega is coming soon to PC. And now we've got another interesting game. It's the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
What, they're remaking Baldur's Gate 3 already?
I'm afraid not.
Final Fantasy VII?
They did that already.
El 9-9.
Divinity Original Sin 2?
Now you're just naming games you're in. Actually, this is a metafictional puzzle game where you unravel the circumstances surrounding a lost JRPG from the 1990s.
I have literally no idea what you just said, but I am intrigued.
Tampoco lo conozco este yo, la verdad.
Hi, I'm Lucas Emmanuel,
And I'm Jacob Dominic.
and we're two members of CoinDrop Games, making the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
Remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time is a faithful recreation of the last hour of everyone's favorite RPG. You know, that one we all know.
You'll start this remake at 99% complete in the middle of the last dungeon, with an inventory just full of healing potions that you're just saving for the next boss.
You somehow aren't remembering the greatest RPG of all time? That's okay. This remake includes the original
Me
game's
encanta porque se han
manual,
puesto subtítulos en la tele esa de tubo
Director's
y no
commentary,
se leen.
And the game's director had to translate this part of the game entirely by hand using a Japanese to English dictionary.
and even clips of an unreleased documentary.
I never loved anything that much, and the only way we're going to get that again is by staying exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features, deductive reasoning, and a little bit of creative thinking to figure out how to complete the last hour of this epic RPG.
Be for real. Who hasn't heard of...
Madre mía, vaya trippy se han metido para hacer este trailer, ¿eh?
We're still hard at work on this recreation of this all-time classic, but we hope you'll relive a little bit of the magic when we launch the demo for the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time on April 25th, 2025.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time, yes, that is the title, lands on PC later this year, with a demo launching on April the 25th. Now, I think we've got another world premiere up next.
Yes, we do. This one's an isometric survival game based on a comic by Kyle Starks.
I hate this place?
Well, you can leave whenever you like.
Okay, see ya. No, it's actually... Never mind, just roll the trailer.
I get it.
Yeah.
Those monsters only exist in your head, they said. Great material for your art. I actually believed them. Until that night. Feels like I've walked straight into one of my nightmares.
Me gusta, ¿eh? Es un poco ahí con el cel shading este de justo de Wolf Among Us. Ay, eso me recuerda al The Flame in the Flood o The Flood in the Flame, no sé muy bien cómo era. Ay, me hace gracia, le han metido las animaciones estas como de cómic, ¿no? I hate this place. Bueno, me lo voy a apuntar venga. Espero que me apunto.
I Hate This Place is coming later this year, but in the meantime, put it on your wish list.
Now for an update on a puzzle platformer where you tangle with the strings of fate. Here's
Once
the
Upon a
release date trailer
Puppet.
for Once Upon a Puppet.
Qué grande este juego. Me gustó mucho la demo, la verdad. ¿Darán fecha? Uy, que me pinto la camiseta. Once Upon a Puppet. Me pareció que estaba como muy bien hecho para, voy a decir, para ser un indie, la verdad. En plan que no es así de alguien tan conocido, ¿no? De desarrollador. Qué graciosos los disfraces. Ah, ese será el rey. Pues el 23 de abril. Madre mía, en abril es que sale
Cute
todo.
and creepy. That was Once Upon a Puppet, which is coming to PC and consoles on April 23rd.
Let's keep things moving with the
Pues,
trailer for a sequel
genial.
5 years in the making. Here's the latest transmission from Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Ya tenemos la
Ding
fichita.
Dong Academy presents the Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine. Speed it up, Shelly, to the extreme! The universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer. With our diaper protocol, your lane game gets insane clicks and subs, and you can co-op train with a partner.
¿Qué es
The
esto,
Ding Dong
tío?
Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 power-pack programs guaranteed to
Ah,
launch your
estos
profile
son-
to the stars.
¿no?
Including crash test
Los
dummy.
de-
Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious.
Los de la cabra esta, ¿no? Parece. Por el logo, ¿no? Aunque es una llama. No sé. Sí, sí, además es que es la tipografía, tiene que ser los del simulator estos, ¿no?
STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges. Complete all 4 tasks and you can keep that sweet chamois lock spacesuit. Guaranteed. Crash test dummy. Clock clicks with your chamois lock gold lame spacesuit to bedazzle your likes with each side-splitting
Ah,
device.
no, sí hemos dicho que era el de... Ya. Nada. El del Revenge o...
Crashes or mutations. STV Cribs.
Madre mía, qué cosa más rara de tráiler, ¿no? Yo no juego al primero. Y eso que pensé... Porque hoy cuando han dicho que salía, bueno, el 8 de mayo, en físico he dicho, bueno, puedo jugar al primero, que está en el Game Pass. Pero
Revenge
madre
of
mía,
the
qué
Savage
cosa más
Planet
rara.
is crash landing on PC and consoles in May. What's next, Nolan?
No salió
This
South of
is
Midnight.
Anaya, Life After Gods, an action platformer where you chart the ruins of an alien
No probé la
civilization.
demo al final. Tendría que probarla a ver si me gusta. No tenía mala pinta, la verdad.
The gods are dead, but we try to survive in their world.
No sé, no sé qué hay que hacer en el juego ese, el anterior. La verdad que de esos así, bueno, plataformas laterales y demás, tengo muchas ganas de que salga ya el español, el de Altered Alma. La verdad, que jugué la demo y me moló un montón. Pero sí, es otro Metroidvania. Y Naya.
Anaya, Life After Gods is coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can check out the demo on Steam right now. In fact,
mira, sigue la
you can
demo.
find all the games from today's show on the Future Game Show Steam page. Just type Future Game Show Steam into your search engine. It's pretty easy. Anyway, Jen, you were telling me earlier about this next one, so please take it away.
So, Nolan, the best way I can describe this is that it's like Alien Isolation, yeah?
Yeah.
With co-op and velociraptors.
Clever girl.
It's Death Ground.
Pues estaba pensando en Jurassic Park al ver el bicho ese en el Inaya. Y justo... Ay, me he acordado del juego este de... Uy, del juego. De la serie... ¿Qué es esto? Es como un Dead by Daylight. Porque se esconde ahí en el armario. No sé qué parece esto. O sea, bueno, ¿qué es? Death Ground. Sí. Pues a mí esto me parece un Dead by Daylight.
Okay, Death Ground is coming to PC later this year, so make sure it's on your wish lists.
Okay, we're breaking things up with our next section, which is a Future Game Show staple.
Every show, we pull focus onto 3 particular games that we consider, us two mainly, ones to watch in 2025.
And first up, we've got Kingmakers, the anachronistic siege simulator where you drive pickup trucks through cavalry fields in medieval England. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Okay. Anachronistic siege simulator, congratulations, I think I've sprained my tongue.
A ver. Kingsmaker. Mira, de verdad. Es que...
Hello, I'm Ian Fish from Redemption Road Games, makers of Road Redemption and the upcoming
de verdad,
Kingmakers.
No sé, sin palabras me dejan estos juegos, de verdad. Pues para eso te pones el Age of Empires, le metes el cheat code este del Ferrari y ya está.
In reality, his Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So in 1401 England, you use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers. And everything in Kingmakers is real. The thousands of soldiers are all simulated. Furthermore, all buildings are fully navigable and fully destructible.
Madre mía.
Thousands of soldiers can navigate complex multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity you'd expect from a modern first-person shooter. Originally, we thought Kingmakers was going to be a cool simulation of what it would be like to go back in time with modern weapons. Would you be able to defeat a medieval army with an AK-47? Then we realized that if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. Medieval battles involve thousands of soldiers, so we're going to simulate thousands of soldiers.
Claro.
And this isn't like Dynasty Warriors, where soldiers kind of spawn into existence as you approach them. In Kingmakers, they're always there, running their AI all the time. Furthermore, we realized that a game with this scope, the player would want to be able to command his armies and fortify his own outposts, so it kind of grew for there. It's now something completely unique. A shooter with real-time strategy elements that rival Age of Empires, and shooting gameplay that rivals Helldivers and Space Marine. Today we're excited to share a little bit more about the destruction aspect of the game. Every building, castle, wall, and tree in Kingmakers is fully destructible. You can blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an airstrike, or maybe even demolish it with a tank. And none of the destruction is scripted either. It's all dynamic, courtesy of Unreal 4's fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We experimented with Unreal 5.1 and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics. Finally, we're excited to share that you and up to 3 friends can lead their own armies alongside yours and join in on your conquest of England in online co-op. This is the full campaign, full online co-op, no compromises. This means 4 players fielding armies of thousands, building their own fortifications and buildings, and attacking enemy bases either on their own side of the map or alongside you. We really wanted to make sure that all 4 players feel just as responsive to play as if they were all playing a single-player game or as if they were each playing as the host player, even if your ping is not great. Kingmakers is coming to PC Early Access and hopefully to all major consoles. We'll have more to share about the game later in 2025. In the meantime, please wishlist Kingmakers on Steam. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
También. Dios mío, madre mía, de verdad. Es acojonante este key art, ¿eh? O sea...
Thank you so much to the team at Redemption Road for that closer look at Kingmakers, a game which isn't even out yet, but already has a live-action movie in the works.
I'm already on the phone
with my
agent.
Van a hacer una peli ya, o sea, están con ella.
Anyway, I think it's
es
time
increíble
for
esto,
another
tío.
world premiere, so grab your friends, your VR headsets, and your mobile
Sí, es un
phones
what
for
if.
some reason. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
World premiere, a ver.
At Elsewhere Electric, we believe in power. The power to shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future. And we need you to keep it running. You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there. I see some symbols, a jellyfish, some squiggly pipes.
I think I've got it. Did that work?
Looks like it. 3, 2, 1, turn.
Ready!
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you. I can see you.
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy, a replacement installer will continue your work.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's important work possible. Because in our facility, power doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps them from getting out.
Whoa! Ah!
Elsewhere Electric, a puzzle game powered by 2.
Si me gustan las VR, mal lo he pasado, con las VR. Luego ya os cuento, porque me dio como una cosa muy rara. He visto este juego y he pensado en muchas cosas. He pensado en Severance, he pensado en Fallout.
If you haven't heard, the cult classic immersive sim System Shock 2
Y como que siempre en este tipo de juegos hay algo como detrás, ¿no? En plan de ¿por qué está ocurriendo? ¿Qué está pasando? A ver, está.
Your time
Night Dive. Y hace poco vi yo este logo. Anda, mira, otro con estilo PlayStation 2. Bueno, un pilín mejor que PlayStation 2. Pero los personajes sí. Este no lo... Ah, este no es el de System Shock o no sé qué. Sí, lo de que las VR2 no fuesen compatibles con los juegos de VR1. La verdad que fue un poco cagada, pero bueno. Pues yo tengo a las dos y me jugué el Horizon. Y jugué una demo, ¿no? Ahí en el Corte Inglés cuando lo pusieron y tal. Y nos gustó un montón. Compramos las VR y tal. Pero luego en casa me dio una rayada. Pero en plan de que veía como mis manos luego como en 2D. Bueno, no sé. Ya ni me acuerdo. Es que no me acuerdo, no me quiero ni acordar, pero... Sí. Y dije, uff, no apetece. Y no lo volví a probar. No se me pasó hasta que me fui a dormir y al día siguiente me desperté. Debe ser que el logo me suena a eso de Theme. System Shock y Turok será también de eso.
A noble pursuit indeed. System Shock 2 is already part of the program alongside other golden oldies like Alpha Protocol and SWAT 4, both of which I was in, by the way. So, thanks guys.
For the Spring Showcase, we've partnered with GOG to reveal some more titles that are coming to the program.
Shadow Man, pues no lo conozco. Es que
And I'll be in it.
Probably.
Era más de otros juegos.
Sometimes it just takes a single sound, sentence, hello my friend, or quick glimpse to awaken
Puede que a ti no te
emotion,
pase, pero a mí me pasó, con las VR.
all the memories of times when all the problems didn't matter. It was just you as a superhero, fighter, racer, knight, waiting to conquer the world. Games
Bueno, estamos súper retro,
They're a part of culture.
En vez de Future Game Show,
Without preservation,
Retro Game
all the
Show.
emotions, creativity, stories, and innovations behind them risk being lost forever. How can we ensure everyone can play games today, tomorrow, and for years to come? Devs, share the source codes, artwork, and even collectibles that you own with museums so they don't get lost. Gamers, play these games and talk about them. Make them live forever. Vote and share your gaming stories on GOG Dreamlist to help bring more games to the GOG Preservation Program. Games within the program are maintained by us and guaranteed to always work on modern computers. We've already future-proofed more than 100 titles. Today, we are happy to say that the GOG Preservation Program is expanding with even more titles. You can play all of them right now on GOG.com. Let's take a look at the new arrivals.
Ahora sí, ahora vienen los de disquete. O los de, no sé, estos que sacan Limited Run. Que sacan juegos, no sé. Es que voy a decir un nombre y ni siquiera va a ser eso, ¿sabes? No lo voy a decir. Voy a decir Spectrum, pero es que yo creo que no son ni de... No sé, eso creo que es de PC. Yo hablo de otros que son más como... Mira, lo voy a buscar porque son... Bueno, para PC y retro. Es que no sé. Bueno, ahora solo me salen aquí Game Boy Advance.
Do us a favor and head over to GOG.com to peruse the expanded preservation program library. We've also collaborated on an FGS-themed sale, which you can find by heading to GOG.com/FGS. Okay, at this point, you're probably thinking, Nolan North, why are you on the balcony? Where's Jennifer? Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not so sure myself, but we're about to throw it out to a series of back-to-back trailers while I look for her. And way down. Jennifer? Anyone?
mandrágora.
We all know why the walls around
Whispers of the Witch Tree.
This world fell to the forces of darkness.
Este ahora que tengo PC
is replaced by shadows,
podría jugarlo bien, al igual que No Rest for the Wicked. Se ve chulo, este, la verdad. Aunque yo morí alguna vez que otra. La demo. Bueno, la araña.
Inquisitor, a word in private.
17 de abril. Pero este ya tenía fecha porque yo le tenía apuntado, creo.
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations for being exactly where you want to be, here at Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. We got everything you need up here in the clouds. Buy a slice of paradise, cryptocurrency allowed. Vacations tailor-made, have a mealtime serenade. Upgrade to the ultra suede, you wanna do it right. Party on the promenade, every day is a parade. Stay up for the masquerade, the party goes all night.
Me estoy acordando del momento donde vas sin árbol. Me estoy imaginando del momento este, ¿cómo se llama? El de Split Fiction, que te ponen a bailar. Billy Bust Up.
Dr. Svetlov, let's take this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty. Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
That's handy. Getting this fixed up.
They're coming.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Este jugué yo a uno muy parecido. No me acuerdo el nombre ahora, pero era como más chibi.
He'll show himself. Svetlov's called hideout. Any idea how many people he's got with him?
Bueno, para jugar con amigos, la verdad que ni tan mal. O con cientos de amigos más. No sé cuántos juegan a eso. Chains of Freedom. World Premiere. As next con. Shelf Héroes. Los pobres, qué tráiler más cortito. Bionic Bay. Este lo habían retrasado. La verdad que lo de las físicas en el juego este mola. Yo me acuerdo que jugué la demo. Creo que fue una de las primeras demos que subí al canal. Y eso, si mueres, vamos.
Thank God I made it.
Uncle Nolan, where have you been?
Okay, it's okay. I'm sorry. That just took so long. It's really way up there. It's not a camera trick. If they ask you to go up there, do not do it. Okay, what's next?
While Uncle Nolan recovers, let's take a look at Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, except with pigeon poop bombing runs. Yes, you did hear that correctly.
Increíble.
And backyard brawls.
El mix.
Said poop.
Are you okay?
I can't breathe.
Okay.
A ver. Me gusta el arte. Es como mata a tu vecino o algo así, o cómo va esto. De verdad, es que hay gente que... No sé. O sea que... Eso está gracioso. Con bolas de nieve. Ay, madre mía. Al señor mayor. Anda, mira. Con el tirachinas a lo Daniel el travieso. Hello. Está gracioso. Yo no soy de este tipo de juegos, pero está gracioso. Neighbors, sí, vecinos. Suburban Warfare. Está gracioso. 17 de abril. Está gracioso.
Reaffirm your property boundaries in Neighbors Suburban Warfare, which is launching in early access on April 17th.
We've got a developer presentation for Hawthorne up next. This is a sandbox RPG where you build a whimsical community of woodland creatures. Very, very cottagecore gay. I'm in.
Adorable.
A ver. Bueno, ya he pensado en Harry Potter.
Hawthorne is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic animals and fairy tale creatures. Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters. Celebrate the season's traditions. Farm, craft, and explore an ever-changing world bigger
No,
than
ya
the small
todos los días de
creature you
abril
play.
sale un juego.
Bringing this
Todos.
nostalgic world to life has been a long-term dream for us, and we're thrilled to be doing it
Y
alongside
luego
our players.
resulta que hay veces que hay semanas, me ha pasado en marzo, que estoy haciendo el calendario y digo, "Joder, pues la semana pasada salían 20 y esta semana salen solo 5, no sé. Yo creo que no sé, iba a decir, yo creo que no miran bien las semanas en las que salen, pero...
The different playable species have asymmetrical abilities and limitations.
He pensado en Dwight.
You,
¿Qué
your
entiendo
friends,
este tío?
and your NPC followers must work together to complete jobs around the village.
Ambos parecen como muy serio.
Differentiated species,
Y hablando.
together with our procedural storytelling, combine to make each player's story in Hawthorne a unique and enjoyable experience.
Mírale ahí al mapache con sus ramitas. En abril no comes,
to
¿no?
life as a true passion project. This game is currently self-funded to keep creativity at its heart. And now, with our incredible community, we have the chance to build something unique and memorable. Join us on this adventure. Follow and support our Kickstarter to help us bring the nostalgic joy that is Hawthorne to the world.
Hawthorne. No sé, el nombre del juego este siento que ya lo he visto en algún lado. Yo creo que hay otro juego con ese
A
nombre.
Kickstarter campaign for Hawthorne is coming soon, so keep an eye on the developer's socials for more information.
All right, for the future games show historians out there, this next game appeared at the very end of last year's spring showcase as our one more thing.
You know, Jen, while we're on the topic of history,
Mira,
back in my
pasillito.
day when Emily and I
Ya empezamos
hosted
con los
the first
pasillitos.
feature game show, it was all remote. None of this real in-person stuff. I mean, you kids don't know how good you're getting it.
Back in your day.
Mm.
Yeah, when did Uncharted come out again?
They tell me 2007.
Yeah, I was definitely still in school.
At least you were born. Okay, let's just watch this new trailer for Industria 2.
Industrial 2. Bleak Mill. Al menos parece que corren lo que viene siendo, ¿no? Sí, sí.
Grab my hand.
Lo mío seguro.
Thanks. Marlene, I need to find a way home. I'm just just as stranded as you.
God damn it.
But there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora,
Estos juegos me recuerdan
what was
a...
Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became
¿Cómo se llama
this.
el sueco este? Que hace este tipo
It was
de...
a sorting algorithm meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking
El Simon
hundreds of
Stalenhag.
thousands of dimensions.
Me recuerda mucho a ese estilo,
I guess
¿no?
it didn't stay that way.
Bueno, a ver. Si no corre mucho los bichos, yo es un juego aceptable. Voy a ver... Me
Defy
lo
an
apuntaré.
insatiable artificial intelligence in Industria 2, which is coming soon to PC,
Another world premiere now, and this one has a little historical kick to it.
as well as some zombies, because why not?
Why not? A ver, el Stardew Valley con zombies. Ah, va de Roma. Con zombies. Ya no son los nazis, ahora son los romanos. Es verdad, ¿eh? Te lo dan, aparte la escopeta te la dan muy al final. Rediscover your world. Bueno. Rebuild. Esto me gusta. Se ha visto ahí progreso en las casas, como el Age of Empire. Curioso. Romstead. Bueno, me lo apunto. Para mostrar, yo no sé si...
Romestead is a survival game where you rebuild the empire after the fall of Rome. It's coming soon, but you can sign up for the closed alpha at romestead.com.
All right, ready up for our second Ones to Watch. This time, we're checking in with Compulsion Games'
sí.
Deep South action adventure, South of Midnight.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games. Hey, I'm
Ya me sé
Zaire,
hasta
and
la
I'm
cara
one
de
of the
Whitney.
writers at Compulsion Games. Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person
Que por
action
cierto ya
adventure
está
game
Gold,
set
o sea,
in
ya
a
lo han terminado.
folkloric version of the Deep South. So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have like their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here.
Me va a gustar bastante el...
Today we're excited to talk a bit more
La
about the
música.
creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, you know, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no way.
Catfish is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that southern background and authenticity.
En
And
verdad, si te
he's just-
pones
he's
a
great
ver
guy. He's
los
70
key
years
arts
old, plays fiddle,
del-
really cool.
de
He's really
estos
excited about
bichos
the project. I
son
think it's one of his first
bastante
voice acting
mal
jobs, if I
rolleros.
remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Estuvo
So
la
after
demo
you
de
meet
Industria.
Catfish, you are set to heal Benji.
Sí, sigue, lo miraré.
He lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for many years. And as you explore that region, you understand kind of why it's been abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric
Jo, cómo
off
me
the
gustan los
grid
personajes como están hechos.
character that you meet early on. You kind of get to know what their relationship is and what happened there.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
We have an awesome audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures
Hola,
in the
Marcy, ¿qué
region,
tal?
and that song tells a story.
Aquí
and you
estamos
learn
viendo
about
South of
the
Midnight.
characters and the backstory through that song.
Benji's name. He saw things different.
Está guay, que pongan música según el personaje que has
I said
conocido
goodbye.
o demás.
I said farewell.
Está guay.
I took my hammer, my ticket to hell.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
Was my brother, Benji's name.
Yo cenando, me he perdido 50 minutos, ¿no? Mañana lo veo todo. Pues no lo sé.
Launches on Xbox
¿Tanto?
Series X
Yo no
and
sé
S,
ni qué hora es.
PC, and it's also going to be day 1 on Game Pass on April
Uy,
8th. And in the
qué
meantime,
pegado.
feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wishlist, really get the word out there.
Thanks for watching.
Bueno,
and I
es
hope
un
you
tráiler
enjoy
muy
the rest of
antiguo
the
porque
show.
Comin 2025, o sea, que
South of
sale el
Midnight is
8 de
coming to
abril,
PC
ya os
and
lo digo yo.
Xbox on the 8th of
World
April
Premiere.
and will be on Xbox Game Pass from day one.
Sale el 8 de
Shout out to
abril, pero no
Compulsion
es World
Games for
Premiere.
giving us a window into that world. Better yet, you can see more from South of Midnight in our FGS Live from GDC post show, which directly follows this broadcast. So stick around.
Okay,
Hola,
now
Esteban.
we're venturing into the haunted landscapes of
Pues bien,
Pioneer
vamos bien.
It's a
Por ahora
stalker-like
han dado
MMO,
fecha que me
first-person
interesa a mí
shooter set in a dark,
del Once
alternate
Upon a
reality.
Puppet, que sale el 23 de abril. Hemos visto uno muy loco de combatir con... ¿Cómo era? Tanques o coches o con escopetas a miles de soldados tipo época... ¿Qué es esto?
Have wanted it to end this way. We offer our sincere condolences and hope you will die with that understanding.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Parecía el pececillo ese de...
We're going to have an incredibly fun time together.
Pues han dado la fecha para el 23 de abril. Y han sacado Marcy uno que era rollo, a mí me ha parecido Dead by Daylight, pero tipo que los que te cazan son los bichos de Jurassic Park.
We believe that your appearance was a mistake and will continue to monitor
Sí, sí parece... Parece Chernobylite, pero no creo que sea el 2. Bueno, no sé, es verdad que también están saliendo aquí... Bueno, pero anuncian Early Access. Pioneer. O Pioneer, no sé.
That was gameplay for the incredible looking Pioneer, which is coming
Pioneer.
to PC in 2025.
Creo que era Coop, sí. El de... No me acuerdo el nombre porque no me lo he apuntado. Pero yo creo que sí. Además, si veis como con unas cintas, que eso me recordó al de... a la serie esta de Alice in Borderlands. Este me suena. Bastante. ¿Será algún DLC de un juego que ya ha salido? Y si no, se parece demasiado a algún otro. como al Ravenswatch o alguno de estos, no sé. Hell Clock. Bueno, hay demo. Sí, yo también he pensado en Weird West y me he acordado de, joder, a ver cuándo presentan ya lo nuevo. Es verdad que había salido al principio, ¿no? Al menos el Kia.
Let's push things forward with a completely different game. One that asks you to be the MVP in PvP vehicular combat. Nolan, did I say that right?
I have no idea.
Anyway, here's Rivals Hover League.
Últimamente están saliendo muchos. Sí. Últimamente están saliendo muchos que luego a los meses cierran los servidores. Yo no sé. Y bueno, pues con este la verdad que lo he pensado. Porque además creo que hubo uno, ¿os acordáis, no? Un juego de PlayStation de coches también. Supongo que a lo mejor ya lo tienen hecho y dicen, bueno, vamos a sacarlo, pero no sé. El que cerraron el servidor hace poco fue Spectre o algo así, creo que se llamaba. Que no lo conociera, pues me he apuntado y no me acuerdo ahora mismo cómo era, pero el de I Hate This Place se llamaba. Y bueno, Industria 2. Tenía buena pinta. Pero el de I Hate This Place. Tengo que buscarlo porque es que literalmente ahora no me acuerdo, pero se lo he apuntado porque me gusta.
A haunted parkour game show starring a cavalcade of creepy animatronics. Here's the latest from the game's developers.
Ah, sí, ya me acuerdo. Es verdad que tenía así un estilo cel shading y le habían puesto la animación esta de cómic. Ese me ha gustado.
Quick update for you, lucky contestant. The other contestants have mysteriously died. Not sure how that happened, but oh well. You're still there. Over 3 stories of action-packed parkour obstacle courses.
Vale.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premise of Frankie's Parkour Palace.
Qué locura,
This is going to be a game show you will never forget.
Madre mía, yo es que ya no sé ni si mirar a la pantalla. Qué mareo.
Our viewers are entertained. We aren't going bankrupt, and this isn't our last game show.
Finding Frankie.
Watch your step when Finding Frankie comes to consoles on April 15th.
Sí, el de los coches, o sea...
Swiftly away from that terrifying image. We've got a special update from Tale Worlds Entertainment.
Yo también he visto un muñeco que parecía el de Fall Guys o el de Among Us. Tale Worlds. Sí, era un poco too much, el de Frankie. Me estoy imaginando a alguien que normalmente se toma como muchos Red Bulls y no sé, a lo mejor va a tono con ese juego, pero yo es que no podría, o sea, ya me pone nerviosa en cualquier juego que me pongan un cronómetro como para jugar a ese que es como, no sé. Bueno, pues a los nuevos que habéis llegado han enseñado uno que era así con un montón de soldados, tipo de época, pero que los desarrolladores han dicho, ¿y cómo sería si con los coches actuales o las armas actuales combatiéramos, ¿no? Contra esos ejércitos? Y entonces, bueno, pues y con físicas y demás, bueno, ha sido una fumada el juego ese que no veas. Sí, los timers son... Yo lo llevo muy mal, los timers, la verdad. Por eso, en principio, Split Fiction no me está gustando tanto, porque esto todo el rato estás como corriendo, ¿sabes? Y en It Takes Two me gustaba que estabas por la casa, por las habitaciones, y te ibas moviendo tranquilamente, y ibas diciendo, ¡ay, mira lo que he encontrado aquí! Yo qué sé, ven, tal, ¿sabes? Entonces, bueno, no me gusta que me metan prisa, ¿sabes? Y aparte me acuerdo que cuando jugaba Spyro, los niveles que no me gustaban eran esos típicos, ¿no? Que tenías que ir volando y pasando por los círculos y todas esas cosas.
Brilliant surprise. Mount and Blade 2 is getting naval warfare, a new faction, and so much more with the War Sales expansion, which is coming soon to PC and consoles.
And sticking with the seafaring theme, here's the latest on an Unreal
Me lo
Engine 5
pasaré,
sailing
aún así me lo
adventure
pasaré.
inspired by Firewatch. This is
Por ahora,
Will,
Split
Follow the
Fiction
Light.
estoy... A ver si me acuerdo sin decir spoiler. Me he pasado la parte que es así como de libro. Y no sé si estoy en el siguiente, creo. Como que voy a entrar a la grieta esa roja o algo así. Uf. Pero el Overcooked... Y yo creo que es diferente, que tampoco me hacen gracia... Porque eso es como más caótico, en plan de, ¿sabes? Te estás pasando bien, pero los otros es como, es que me tengo que pasar esto, ¿sabes? No sé. Tampoco he jugado yo demasiado Overcooked como para decir, no, yo creo que no. A lo mejor luego sí que termino yo tirando al mando diciendo, esto no es lo mío.
We'll find you, wherever you are.
Ay, este es el del faro que puso un montón de anuncios de estos por Twitter. Yo creo, ¿no? Que el key art era así como azul con una línea roja o alguna cosa así. Es que no me acuerdo de cómo era. Yo creo que sí que es ese, ¿no?
Father?
O no lo sé, a ver. Sí, Will se llamaba. Ese es ese juego. A veces no me acuerdo de los nombres, pero sí que visualmente me acuerdo del key art. No era este key art, pero...
What have you got for us next, Nolan North?
Well, how about a post-Ragnarok survival game? Okay, here's the developers of Cloudheim, Noodle Cat Games, to give us the inside scoop.
Es verdad. A ver, ¿cuándo sacan ya el DLC del Sea of Stars? Yo tengo la sensación de que en abril. No sé, en plan... seguro.
Hi, I'm Billy Quid
Para
from
joder,
Noodle
en
Cat
plan
Games,
de...
and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat.
Mira, está aquí mi gato.
This is a Greeble, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Greebles aren't the only threat out here, though. You'll also fight against heavily armored enemies like armadillos who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Corvins, however, keep their distance with ranged magic blasts. You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage. Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies.
Este es un
The
Zelda
longer
con
you can keep enemies
Zelda.
airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground. Combine abilities, and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing down mushrooms and jump pads, bouncing enemies high into the sky. With the right combos, the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine.
Además es que nos dicen, vamos a hacer otro tipo de
coordinated combo attacks.
enemigos, no, son como
While you explore the islands in
como
Cloudheim,
trolls de
you'll
estos,
come
¿sabes?
across
Del
mysterious
Zelda.
portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting. You'll grow in Cloudheim by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways, each excelling in a different style of combat. Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic. Outlanders break armor to create weaknesses. Treasure hunters focus on speed to exploit weaknesses. And sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds. Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem.
Ah,
Our team
mira,
has
es
had
cop.
so much fun coming up with unique abilities and
Bueno.
wild combos, and we're excited to see what chaos you can create. Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist
Tienes que
Valheim.
escoger, no puedo con todo. Ya. Anda, mira, Stitch.
Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Valheim releases this year. Wishlist it now.
Curioso. Cloudheim. Bueno, al
Bring
menos
harmony
este
to
no
the
sale en
realm when
abril, ¿eh?
Cloudheim lands on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And be sure to sign up to the closed beta if you want to check it out ahead of launch.
Okay. We've got another round of back-to-back trailers up next, so keep your wits and blades
A ver.
always sharp.
Vamos a ver.
No, wait, not in favouring. Keep your wits and your wish lists primed. We'll be back shortly. Nolan, I've got to get up to that balcony in a bit. How did you actually get down from there?
Well, you know, they didn't just hire me for Uncharted on my looks.
Oh, so did you Nathan Drake your way down?
No, I just cried really loudly and the crew came and got me.
Classic.
Containment Breach. Pues nada, a descansar, Marcy. Gracias por pasarte. Sí, mañana
Welcome
te
to
lo ves.
Section 13, a top-down
Ciao.
roguelike shooter where an interdimensional outbreak is just another day at the office. Operating from the shadows, S2P is a globe-spanning paranormal research organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And Section 13 is where they keep the worst. Until now.
Ay,
With the best
justo.
of the best,
Se va Marcy,
unavailable,
Mika.
it's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file nobodies to get the job done. That's you. Meet Agent Red.
No, please! Don't eat my... All right, Red. Your time to shine.
She's new to the field, but don't let that fool you. She's packing cutting-edge mad science weaponry. She's one of 4 agents available to choose from. Whether you're going in alone or bringing some help. Now, listen carefully. Whatever they were up to in that base, they weren't doing it on the books. There's something big down there.
Siempre hay
And
algo
it
big
once
down there. El malo maloso.
It's up to you to plunge into the unknown. Find the answers. Fight for the truth. And bring some light to the dark. Section 13.
Section 13.
Clock in.
Bueno, este es mayo, ¿eh? Al menos.
Welcome, bandits from all over the world.
Qué gracioso.
We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs
A
to
ver
be
cómo
tested.
es el gameplay.
So we're calling on you to do the
Ah,
job.
mira. Madre mía, si son como salchichas. Este es como el típico, ¿no? De haz una mudanza o algo así.
Your objective: try to loot all 10 treasures
Ah,
scattered
vale.
in our prepared house.
Vale, este es de
And
ladrones.
escape from the robotic hands of our trapper.
Son salchichas que roban en casa.
This little fella packs all the skills to achieve our ultimate goal. Defend homes and their treasures against bandits from all over the world.
Bandit Trap. Bueno, es gracioso. A ver. Este sí hemos visto ya el tráiler, ¿no? No aquí, pero me suena.
These rings store thousands of citizen cores. Future inhabitants of Eden. You have to reach the top chamber and break the last remaining seal. Dropped straight into a hostile zone. This is exactly what hyper units were made for. Unleash your hyper power.
Me gusta la UI.
Rip their cores out.
Metal Eden. Pues seguramente porque...
In the name of duty, courage and truth, I will protect the citizens.
Pero es single player, ¿no? Yo también quiero ver de antes. En principio va a salir algo, mira, Metal Eden, justo.
Hello, Cybermyth combatants. Neonobis 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game with a cybermythological theme.
Al canal, bueno, el trailer, obviamente.
Love about the first game using the original
No me acuerdo ahora del nombre, pero
and chaotic combat while introducing new mechanics, new content and refinement to create
es que
an
los nombres...
exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neonobis 2 yourself with our single-player open playtest, which is available right now. Don't forget to wishlist now.
Hey, welcome back. Let's get back into the swing of things with a world premiere. I hope you like Lonely Robots.
Lonely Robots? A ver.
There was no guide for what we had to do, no manual for leaving a world behind. But even we knew we couldn't take everything with us.
Muy robótico todo también, temática de este
a guardian,
game show.
A caretaker. Its hands shaped to nurture, its heart programmed to protect. It works tirelessly now, crafting vessels from the bones of a broken world, sending sparks of life into the void.
Why does the sun go on shining? Está guay la canción. Pobre robot, que está solito. No me metas debajo del agua. Que me da cosa. Me he acordado de Invincible. The Last Caretaker.
The Last Caretaker is a survival game where you bring humanity back from the brink of extinction.
No pressure, I guess. It's coming soon to PC.
Now let's move on and introduce you all to Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's a side-scrolling survival game set in a Texas city
grabé la demo y todavía la tengo por subir porque no salgo yo hablando, entonces bueno. Pero talasofobia no, efectivamente. No, gracias. Pero este tiene muy buena pinta, joder. Tiene muy buena pinta, rollo This War of Mine en ese sentido, ¿no? De que sales y tal. Y este me lo voy a jugar. Tengo ganas. Aunque lo pase mal, que se me muera gente, pero está muy bien. Lo que jugué en la demo me gustó mucho. Además se ve guay. Cago. ¿Qué es fuste? No le veo fuste. Se ve bastante guay. Yo creo que sí que va a tener... No sé, yo creo que sí. 9 de abril. Me lo apunto.
Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days launches into early access on April 9th, which is just mere weeks away, people.
Get excited.
Joder. Es verdad, es después del South of Midnight. Dios, abril. ¿Por qué no le llaman Abril Game Showcase? Y ya está. Porque Future no, todos salen en abril.
I'm sold.
Me too.
Great.
A ver este.
Welcome to the world of Locomoto, where your story begins with a simple, rusty train, which will become your new home. You'll take the role as train conductor, keeping your train in tip-top shape. Learn how to drive it and embark on a journey to help your hometown Barenpire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse and explore various stations and bring aboard quirky locals along the way.
Bueno, es como diferente, al menos no cuidas una granja, cuidas un tren.
scour the world for resources, and craft unique sets of furniture to furnish your train with. Customize the exterior and interior of your train to make it feel
pues está bien, para que le gusten estos juegos.
There are many things to explore and discover in the world of Locomodo, so immerse yourself in this cozy experience when Locomodo arrives on the 8th of April 2025 on Steam and on Nintendo Switch.
Locomoto. Ah, me sonaba este logo, Me sonaba haberlo visto. Mira, el 8 de abril también. Bueno, lo voy a apuntar para publicarlo. Locomoto. Perdona, es que cuando ya lo estoy apuntando, digo abril. Ah, abril, claro. ¿Cómo no?
Precisely. Here's Karma, the Dark World, an alt history thriller where you dive into the brains of your suspects as an agent of the Thought Bureau. All right?
Sí, sale en Switch. Aunque ponía later, ¿no?
Tell me, do you think a glimpse of a memory is the absolute
Karma. Ah, bueno, este es el que va a salir ahora, ¿no? En marzo. Creo que sí, Bueno, es que no sé si es el de Karma, ahora que lo estoy yo diciendo. Sí, ¿no? Sí, creo que sí. Sí, es. Sale el 27 de marzo. Ah, para Switch 2, que no había pillado esto.
Unravel the truth in Karma, the Dark World, which lands on PC and PS5 on March the 27th, which is exactly 1 week from now.
1 week.
Now, we all know you like watching trailers for games, but what about actually playing them too? Sound fun? Good. Because this next section focuses on indies with demos available on Steam, so you can check them all out right after the show.
With demos. Increíble sección.
Welcome to Eclipsium, a psychological horror adventure that has you exploring a crunchy, twisted dreamscape.
¿Cómo hay, Ahora hay un montón así de este estilo.
Next up,
Mira,
we've
otro.
got White Knuckle, a speed climbing game where you scale the guts of a sinister substructure.
Bueno, van como super Weenie
How about
Wise?
Weenie Wise, a cooperative puzzle platformer starring magical school students?
Paper Sky, where you chart cell-shaded landscapes as a makeshift paper plane.
Sí, la verdad.
If you'd rather be a chaos gremlin, give Mother Machine a try. It's an action platformer where you chart quirky cave systems.
Mother Machine, pues pensé que se llamaba de otra forma.
And finally, this is Artist Impact, a story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends pixel art with hand-drawn comic aesthetics. That was our ones to play montage, and the best way you can try those games out for yourself is by heading to our Future Game Show Steam page. Just search Future Game Show on Steam to get more info on the games we've covered today, and maybe wishlist some of your favorites.
I know we harp on about wishlisting a lot, but it is an important visibility signal for games in development, and every little bit helps.
Indeed. We're switching back into trailer mode now with another world premiere. This one's an exciting adaptation of a popular board game.
Un juego de mesa. Yo la verdad no me conozco los juegos de mesa. Sí. Qué raro, ¿no? El mix ese que se veía ahí. Ni idea. Es que no juego juegos de mesa. O sea, conozco algunos.
That's right, Frosthaven, the board game is now Frosthaven, the video game, and it's coming to PC in 2025.
This next game fulfills a lifelong dream of mine, to be a sheep wielding a great sword in a world run by wolves. Let's dig into the delightfully edgy revenge story of Stand Alone.
No sé qué es el personaje, parece una cabra o algo así. Madre mía, vaya musicote le han metido. Stand Alone, sí, este me suena. Al menos el logo.
Stand Alone is coming to Steam in summer 2025.
Sweet. Okay, let's keep it rolling with the latest trailer from Mecha Break, a lightning-fast armored brawler.
Me gustó la cabrita. ¿A que parecía una cabrita? Yo creo que sí, se le veían como unos...
Mecha Break is boosting its way into your rotation later this year. How are we looking, Jennifer?
Well, we're most of the way through the show now, Nolan North. But there's still a bunch of exciting games in the pipeline. Here's a double feature from our friends at Play Digious.
Es que hay uno muy parecido. Madre mía. ¿Han metido todos los juegos con musicote juntos o cómo va esto? Sí, era justo el que iba a decir, el de Fretless este. Who Killed the King? Ahora que he dicho eso me he acordado del Storyteller, ¿verdad? Y joder, qué divertido era hacer. La verdad, me gustó un montón. Este tráiler creo que ha ido muy rápido.
All right, Nolan North. I think it's safe to say we've covered a ton of games today. But what's one more world premiere?
Ah, bueno, que no.
Oh, well, I'm not complaining. Let's check it out.
Sí, han pagado el mismo. A ver, ¿esto qué es? Ahora sale un mecha y heavy metal. Ah, mira, construcción. juego estos de estrategia, ¿no? Tipo Age of Empires parece. La verdad, el gameplay es un poco pocho luego, ¿eh? Les ha quedado más bonito el trailer. Raeu. Joder, también el nombre del estudio es raro.
Kingdom on the Distant Shores is a city builder set in a fox-filled fantasy land.
Claro, a ti te gusta porque te gusta el Age of Empires, ¿no?
We've got something slightly less adorable for up next, but for good reason. Our final ones to watch deep dive tackles
Reanimal.
spine-killing game from Tarsier Studios, the minds behind Little Nightmares.
Prepare yourself, because it's time for a closer look at the claustrophobic world of Reanimal.
Pues entonces, si tienen que cubrir todas esas cartas,
Reanimal is a
faltan 6.
horror adventure where you play 2 siblings and you're looking for your 3 friends.
These kids grew up in a lovely place, but due to reasons that become more apparent as you play the game, that lovely place has turned really quite nasty. And so your job as these 2 players is to go and rescue your other friends and try and escape this nasty place. The island itself, due to this inciting incident, has been fractured, and so it's in 3 large parts and a bunch of smaller bits. Each of your friends can be found in one of these big parts. It's a very simple tale of find yourself in hell, go through a really scary place, survive and rescue your friend, you know. It's a tale as old as time.
Like, we really love seeing people go with us and just go the extra mile and find all those secrets and all these things and put it all together and come up with their theory, right? So I feel like if we give away too much up front, everybody loses.
We definitely give players more this time round than in previous games, but still it's nice to keep a little bit back so you can kind of meet in the middle and see what people make of what you've given them and all that.
It's definitely a co-op game. You're together solving various like little, maybe puzzles is almost too much of a word there, but you're overcoming different obstacles in the world and survive various things we pitch against you together, right? So it's about the 2 players finding ways to survive and rescuing their friends, really, like we said before.
Bueno, este es el True Little Nightmare 3, ¿no? Ya que va a salir un Little Nightmare 3, Little Nightmare 4. Mira, Jorge ha dicho lo mismo.
Couch co-op is where it's at for me. But then a load of people love online. And then there's people who just want to do that together. So the fact that the tech team have managed to get all 3 boxes checked that front, I think, is really, really nice.
And what was also very, very important to us is that it's all kind of the same experience because this camera is always the same, right? We don't have split screen. In online co-op, you don't follow your character and the other one is doing whatever. It's always being together as the 2 characters. And yeah, like Mer said from the beginning, like, scared
pues
together.
nada,
That
a
was
descansar.
one of the
Nos vemos
pillars.
mañana.
I feel like this camera is kind of essential to pulling that off.
People have played our previous games together anyway, whether they were co-op or not, that made that decision feel quite a natural one. That like, people want this, and you know, let's do it. It's gonna be fun, you know.
Whenever we put something in the game, we are trying to make sure it doesn't get boring. It's something new. One thing we're really trying not to do is to give you the same thing over and over and over and just work based on a recipe, but instead we're really questioning ourselves, is this unique within the game, right? I'm not saying unique across
que lo puedes
all
jugar
games,
solo
but trying to
cooperativo.
give the players something fresh within the experience that we're crafting, and then hopefully that leads to something that people actually enjoy.
Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Saldrá este año?
Hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look at Reanimal. Wishes us, and more info is coming soon.
Bueno, no sabemos.
Reanimal is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so get that thing on your wish list. Now, what have we got next for the good people, Jennifer?
Okay, Nolan. So it's no secret here that at the Future Games Show, we're huge fans of Remedy Entertainment and their eerie, curiously entangled universe of games such as Control and Alan Wake.
And last year, the studio revealed a spin-off to Control called FBC Firebreak, a session-based co-op shooter where you tackle anomaly-busting jobs in the non-Euclidean confines of the oldest house.
If you've been anticipating this
Efectivamente, no sé, lo de Remedy de verdad.
news, we're delighted to share the first gameplay trailer for FBC Firebreak, which will give you a taste of what to expect when the game launches later this year. Let's take a look.
A ver. Es que no sé, me parece como...
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector.
Yo no sé cómo les irá con este juego, la verdad. Bueno, lo de los posits.
This crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone. Safe room dead ahead. Might contain something useful, but it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
Bueno, los posits me parece.
Last containment door's open. Go, go!
Cuanto menos curioso.
I think I heard something.
Madre mía. Esto es como Sandman. Pero...
Alright, crew. Time to clean
Paperman.
house.
Summer para veranito. Bueno. Post-it Man, efectivamente.
That was FBC Firebreak, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in summer
Fútbol
2025. Now you can find
Barcelona.
even more exclusive info on
He
FBC
pensado en
Firebreak
eso,
by
la
heading
verdad.
to
Pero es
gamesradar.com
FCB.
after the show. And I hate to say it, Jennifer, but is it time for our
El
final
Kia
trailer?
me gusta.
No, then I think it might be. But thankfully, our buddies at Blue
Este es el
Bikini
Chronos,
are sending
¿no?
us off with a developer diary for Chronos, The New Dawn, a survival horror game where you scour the future for remnants of the past, just like my therapy sessions.
Que también tiene muy buena
Chronos
pinta, pero...
is sci-fi
cágate.
survival horror, and in a way a dream come true for us to make.
El de Bluebird.
The world of Chronos is like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we call the Change.
In Chronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive encounters with monsters.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So, stay tuned.
Pues muy bien.
Chronos, The New Dawn, is
salvar
coming
gente.
to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox later this year. But you can see more of it during our official post-show, FGS Live from GDC, which airs directly after the
Bueno,
spring
esto
show.
seguiré. Yo creo que... Depende si son muy largos. Entonces sí que lo dejo.
Yeah, now,
Porque
Jennifer, despite what you said about that being the
que si no
final
es como un
trailer,
montón, ¿no?
the teleprompter,
Yo no sé ni
Same
cuánto
thing.
llevamos. No
It's
sé ni
still
qué hora es
rolling
porque
for
el
some
móvil me tapa.
Ah, yeah, I see. That must have been the tadpole talking.
the what now?
There's not enough time to unpack
Madre
that.
mía,
But
las
it
10:30
does mean
ya. Y
we
esto
have
empezó a
one more
las
thing.
9.
No time to dally though. Prepare for pain.
What?
Yes.
¿Esto qué es? Saber. Ah, bueno, esto... Esto me suena. Faltaba un tráiler más con musicote. Sí, ¿verdad? O sea, van a mostrar mucho ahora en el post-show. Pero tengo miedo de que se tire mucho tiempo hablando de un juego y entonces sea un poco como... Painkiller.
Bam! Saber Interactive is bringing Painkiller back from the dead, and the remake is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. But with that, we really are out of time. The show is officially over. Jennifer English, it's been so much fun.
Nolan North, I think we smashed it. Yes. That was a lot to get through, but we hope you've all had fun watching this year's Spring Showcase. Thank you so much for joining us, but you should absolutely stick around as FGS Live from GDC starts immediately after this, with more deep dives, trailers, and exclusive world premieres. Don't miss it.
And before we head out, we'd also like to extend an enormous stream of thank yous to the people behind the scenes who made this broadcast possible, including the developers who poured their time and hearts into making the trailers we aired today. Show them some love by wishlisting and following their games.
Don't forget you can head to the Future Games Show Steam page to see everything we've
covered. A ver, voy a dejar un poco el FGS.
There'll also be videos and articles with extra details landing on gamesradar.com and FGS YouTube channel right after the show.
I'm Jennifer English.
And I'm Nolan North.
And this has been the Future Game Show Spring Showcase 2025. Smashed it.
Me han gustado estos dos, la verdad. Bueno, pues definitivamente es un FPS de inicio de los 2000. No, yo en los 2000... A ver, voy a ver aquí un juego de los 2000 tipo... Que era más de Jack and Daxter, la verdad. El Puppet y el Painkiller. Yo el Puppet, I Hate This Place, Industria 2, bueno. Y luego me he apuntado el Into the Dead, la verdad. Es que yo This War of Mine me gustó, aunque lo pasaba muy mal. Y entonces como ahora no va tanto de guerra, pues quizá me lo paso un poco mejor, ¿no? Con los zombies. Pero bueno, que Abril... Bueno, que pedazo musicote este. O sea, se han pasado. Que Abril está muy potente, la verdad. Lo he bajado un poquito porque no sé si... Sí, en Steam ya han dicho que tienen una página, Futuro Game Show. O sea, un especial de estos que hacen.
What a way to start the show. That was abyssus. Now, if you're sitting there thinking who the hell these fresh-faced youngsters are, well, I'm Jules Gill.
I'm Nathan Byrne, and this is FGS live from GDC in San Francisco.
Now, we're going to be showcasing you some brand new games that you need to know more about, from upcoming trailers to developer deep dive interviews and even a few world premieres that we're going to sprinkle on the top.
Mira de Alters. O sea, que salía en el post.
Time ahead. And speaking of time, first up is a deeper dive into a game you just saw in the main showcase. This is Chronos: The New Dawn.
My name is Jacek Ziemba. I'm co-directing Chronos: The New Dawn with my friend Wojciech.
And yeah, my name is Wojciech, and I have a pleasure to work with Jacek and co-direct Chronos.
And Chronos, it's sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make.
It will be The Thing, Carpenter's movie. Yeah, we are also inspired by Dark, Netflix TV series
about time travel. We cannot forget about Dead Space. But also we're somewhere there because we have also the protagonists and other maybe similar things.
Yeah, when we think about movies, it will be, of course, 12 Monkeys, you know, like the convict being sent in time, maybe we ring a bell. But also Dark Souls series. We also love to, you know, push our game into a little bit more challenging direction. Yeah. In Chronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive
Buenas inspiraciones.
the environment in our future setting, in our game. The only ones that can travel to the past and keep up or like survive encounters with monsters.
This is not a typical soldier, this is like a diver in time. So that's why we came up with this design that we really love.
The world of Chronos is like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we call the change. We push action like more to the future when we play as a traveler, when we try to find in this destroyed world reminiscence of, you know, of the people, but what's the most important, like the time rifts that can bring us to the past.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. The orphans can, you know, like take different forms, so you will encounter different enemies with different, like, let's say, skill sets, different abilities.
The important ingredient is body horror here, and we chose it to create maybe a little bit as an homage also to The Thing and overall genre of body horror. But what was important for us that, okay, they need to be created only from human flesh.
Uf, mal rollo, Dante.
Cool. We also have some questions from our community.
So, question 1.
Will there be?
Yes, there will be ladders. We love them.
Yes, and you saw one at the end of the trailer.
Aliens.
Maybe.
Don't want to spoil everything.
Melee fighting.
Yes, you can punch monsters
in the face. If they
stomp them.
If they have a face.
Kinda. Yeah, fire, but fire is important in our game.
Sí, parecía que tienen que sí. Esta es Marie Curie.
It's not Marie Curie Skłodowska, but definitely for our CGI character, Marie Curie Skłodowska can be a role model.
Okay. Vale.
Yes, there is, but it doesn't work like in a Dead Space. We've got like our own take on combat.
Bueno, ya hemos visto ahí que había fuego. Bueno.
To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game.
Es como un Dead Space,
and
¿no?
Yeah, we can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So, stay tuned.
Pues muy bien. Me gusta la canción esta del final, pero me recuerda a algo que ya he escuchado. Pero aún sí me gusta.
Well, that was utterly terrifying. I tell you what, Nathan, I'm gonna need a cup of tea to calm down. It's not even
A ver, ahora es
No, forget the tea. I have the
uno que no
perfect game
sabemos
to
cuál
calm
es.
your nerves, and it just so happens to be our
Gusta a
first
nene.
world exclusive.
Ay, no sé dónde me he dejado. Ay, este ya lo había visto por Twitter. No sé de qué va, pero ya lo había visto. Son como hacer, ¿no? Tejados. Áticos. Jardines de áticos. Plantas de arriba de edificios. Bueno, por dentro también. Mira, ahí la recreativa. Anda, Yaquito. Ahí todo. Bueno, un cozy. Un cozy entre tanto... entre tanto zombie... música metal. Ay, no sé dónde he puesto yo el cacao. Bueno, da igual. Hive Above. Bueno, este lo tengo que poner.
That was High Above, an utterly charming rooftop building game all about finding peace above the skyline. You can wishlist it right now because it's coming to Steam in 2025.
Indeed it is, but do not drift away from me just yet, Nathan, unless you are planning to add Burning Rubber to that list as well, because
qué guay, ojalá ir algún año, o sea, en plan ser millonaria y algún año coger y decir, pues me voy a la GDC o al... Alemania el... Ay, ¿cómo se llama este? El de Alemania, que ahora no me acuerdo. La Gamescom. O al Tokyo Indie Show. O, ¿sabes? Alguno de estos. Ay, algún día. O al de Days of the Dead. Este también tiene que estar bueno. Este hace poco, ¿no? Hubo un tráiler en algún evento. ¿Qué me suena? ¿A que sí? Es que molaría un montón ir a todas las conferencias.
Exciting stuff indeed. That was Japanese Drift Master that is hitting the grid on the 21st of May, and you can add it to your Steam wishlist right now.
Now here at FGS, we're always thinking about new ways to play, and how do you spice up an old favourite like Among Us? Well, how about with Voice Mod, an app that lets you change your voice at the click of a button.
Indeed, indeed, and you are now about to witness the utter
bueno, al menos van rápido, ¿eh? Yo pensé que esto iba a ser...
But everyone's voice was running through the Voice Mod app. Oof.
Yeah, okay.
With voice mod.
Here we go.
This is going to be great. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, I just want to say this now. I am working as a crewmate to pay for my mother's hip surgery.
That's weird though, because I'm actually working as a crewmate.
De verdad que los de Among Us ya no saben qué meter. O sea, ahora el voice mode.
Well, she does need both hips replaced.
I'm working as a crewmate to pay for my own hip surgery.
I have a side hustle where I take money from people, earning enough to pay for hip surgery.
Hey guys, is anybody else working late? Because I am. Do you know why?
I'm
working late because I'm a singer.
He really has gone bad.
7, 2, 14.
Gone surprisingly quiet. I've had a body. Oh no, who's dead?
We should have known that auto-tune was
Creo que es un añadido gracioso, la verdad.
Let's face it, we do all owe the traitor, you know, props for killing auto-tune, because that was getting a little excessive. So, let's ignore that one. It's hard to tell if Walkie was walking somewhere, or if Walkie was following me with murderous intent. But I was being followed for a bit by Walkie. Me and Streamer G were hanging out for a while, we were safe, and so I'm cool with Streamer G. I think
Revolucionado a morir, sí, sí.
Who was, you know, showing out the numbers. They're playing
que el Among Us fue...
They're not just killing people, they're also trying to mess us up.
I was not with
Fue un
Walkie,
tema, cuando salió, la verdad.
I have not been hanging around with Walkie. So, that was a lie. That was a massive lie. Saying that we were... Yeah.
Iban a meter algo, ¿no? Algo que era como, en vez de... Bueno, la lista esta que es desde arriba, era como en primera, ¿no? O algo así, me suena.
Also, if there's a sexist thing over here, Walkie, or just because we've both got blonde hair.
Yeah, just because we've both got feminine hair.
Right, let's vote. Let's
So
vote.
who's casting the first stone? Streamer G. Have you voted?
I've voted. Everybody's voted. Space Marine, lock it in.
Why do you make yourself so suspicious?
Bueno, sí, sí. El Animal Crossing también en pandemia. Yo fui de Animal Crossing. O sea, yo viviendo ahí sola en Barcelona. O sea, fue algo que me ayudó, vamos, un montón. Ojalá saquen uno para la Switch 2. Blake Inc. Pues no lo sé cuál es ese. Seguro que si lo veo me suena. A ver.
And if you'd like access to the secret weapon of a whole host of new voices,
pues no lo,
then you should download the
suena,
Voice Mod app now. You can even curate
me suena
your
por
own
el logo
sound
y demás así rojo, pero no,
yes, you can,
no
my friend. And of course, mine is fully filled up with fart noises. And yes, I am pushing nearly 40. But anyway, let's move on. Because what day is it today, Nathan?
Thursday.
Well, yes, but...
Oh, God, it's my mum's birthday!
Oh, I wasn't expecting that either. It's also World Frog Day. So
yes,
let's talk about...
my mum's birthday.
Es verdad que es el día de la rana.
Absolutely brilliant frog management simulator known as Mudborn, which is not only cute as a button, but also supports wetland and wildlife charities. And as a final bonus, is out today!
Sí, sí, pero no lo...
Mum,
no...
hi, yeah, happy National World Frog Day. I mean, birthday.
Good save, good save.
With a grand mission. Repoplote your pawn. Ala. By breathing. Podría ser de otra forma, pero no. Me he acordado con este, el de... Ay, ¿cómo se llamaba? El de la uvita. Ay, no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba, que me gustaba mucho. Que estuve esperando a que saliese en español. ¡Puf! Ay, ¿cómo se llamaba? No me acuerdo. Me ha recordado este. Hola, muy buenas.
Okay, bye, Mum. Bye.
Venga, venga.
Love you. Bye.
The Alters. Vamos a ello.
A copy of Mudborn on Steam.
Oh, smart, very smart indeed. Now, next up is a game all about clones, about working with yourself and sometimes the difficulties that arise when your other self.
Pues así, Indies, Garden Story, efectivamente, ese es. Indies, yo te he apuntado el de I Hate This Place. Y luego fecha del Once Upon a Puppet.
The Alters is a unique blend of survival, adventure, and
este he jugado la demo y me gustó un
Finding the
montón.
right balance was one of our top priorities while developing the game. We wanted the gameplay to push the story forward, but also make the narrative play a significant role in the final outcome.
Este es de los creadores de
Long story short, I needed to multiply myself to survive.
Y
The
entonces tú
Alters
juegas.
starts as a typical survival game, yet you quickly realize there is more to it.
Tú juegas con este tío que se ha quedado solo porque iba con otros compañeros como en el
You need to
espacio
create the alters for their skills,
y
which
tienes
will
que
be
ir
essential
creando
to
a
survival.
versiones
At the
alternativas
same
tuyas
time, this means
para que
bringing
te
new
ayuden a
characters to the
salir
story
del,
and making the gameplay more complex.
pues, del sitio donde estás, ¿no? Del planeta este.
The same goes for
Y claro,
base
cada
building.
uno es,
What starts as a simple task of
pues yo que sé,
operating a functional
o sea,
base
es que no
turns
quiero
into a
contar
series
cómo
of hard
sacan
choices. You
a
are
tus
tasked not only
versiones
with
alternativas,
tackling
pero es
ongoing
como muy
problems
curioso,
and
está
pushing
muy
the
bien
mission
hecho.
forward. Your alters' individual needs will also need to be taken care of. Finding the right balance will be crucial for success.
Este me lo acabaré jugando, o sea, no sé si
Want
lo
to know
subiré ahora
more?
porque es que,
Check out the
o
next
sea,
episode of the Alters Expedition Logs.
consume bastante. Y no sé si lo podría grabar a la vez, pero os lo recomiendo muchísimo.
The first, in fact, of a deep dive series that the developers are doing. So make sure you check out their social medias to stay up to date on this rather fascinating looking game.
Now, recently I was lucky enough to have a chat with Dimitri Logothetis, the producer and director of the upcoming kickboxer Armageddon, because plans are afoot to turn the classic 80s franchise into a video game that will make you go Jean-Claude Van Damme.
This is cool.
Sí, la verdad que este.
Well, Kickboxer, the movie franchise, is an iconic franchise that was started in 1989, starred Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm told that we're going to come out with a brawler game, right? Where you're going to fight a bunch of different opponents coming at you until you get to the boss. And then you're going to be able to interact and play against each other and fight against each other. And so we've been talking about it for many, many years. And so we got together with this team called Force Multiplier.
Jugarlo en consola, aunque no se veía igual. Es que empecé, lo estuve jugando y se veía de locos. O sea, y dije, puf. Y dije, no voy a grabar la demo porque es que seguro que me peta el ordenador o algo, no sé. Que quizá no, pero a lo mejor la grabación, como no lo controlo muy bien, a veces si es como muy potente, luego no se graba bien. Pero hay que jugarlo.
Mike Tyson, who was obviously a legend and a boxing world champion. We starred Dave Bautista as Tung Po in our remake, and now he's become a big movie star. There's a mine of gold when it comes to games and certainly with martial arts. I think the most recent one, again,
hostia, malísima soy en el Sifu,
I think that Sifu game
yo lo abrí el otro día, me flipó el arte, o sea, yo no sabía que era así, no sé, tenía otro pensamiento. Pero luego, bueno, es que soy malísima para los combos, o sea, es que no me acuerdo de nada y encima es que son muchísimos. Mira el baile, el Van Damme.
And somehow or other, we're going to have to incorporate that. Perhaps when you win, you do a little bit of that dance sequence. I don't know. So the name of the game is Kickboxer. It's going to be released on Steam.
Bueno, Sergi, muchas gracias por pasarte. Ya mañana verás si he subido algo. Chao, chao.
I'm okay.
El tema es que han estado hablando de este juego, pero no han sacado nada, ¿no? De cómo se va a ver.
You know, I think I could take Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do. I really do.
Wait, what? What are you saying, mate? First off, who even says take him anymore? And secondly, you couldn't even fight your way into this next link.
Well, no, I can't. I think, wait, if I...
Yeah, exactly my point here. So while Nathan grapples with basic sentence structure, let's take a look at our next game, which is doing battle in a different plane of existence, the world of business.
Que a las 5:30 el despertador es tela, ¿eh?
I'll kick you a boxing.
Y mañana a las 9. Pero todavía es pronto, yo me suelo ir como a las 12 o así a dormir. Yo soy muy mala en este tipo de juegos, o sea, me abruma. Los simuladores, esto es estrategia o lo que sea, no sé. Uf.
That was Rise of Industry 2, which has a demo out right now that you can try ahead of its full-fat release later in 2025.
Indeed, you can. And now we move on to a title that is the holy trinity of gaming for us here at FGS Live From, because it's dripping in nostalgia, it's containing a central unnerving mystery, and it's a world-exclusive premiere. Let's take a look.
Hombre, es que es más divertida, ¿no? Un parque de atracciones. Mira, qué gracioso. Ay, por favor, que eres un informático. Where is Pedro? Unravel a mystery. Find your friend before it's too late. LAN Party Adventures.
That was LAN Party Adventures, and it's set to drop sometime later this year. Ah, Jules, those were the days, gaming with your buddies and then saving.
Pero el nombre, la verdad, que no le va mucho, ¿no? LAN Party Adventures.
Yes, indeed. And let's keep that cheery tone going with our next video game, which has a central mechanic that is so utterly brilliant that it needs to be seen to be believed. This is a deep dive chat with the creators of Ruffy and the Riverside.
My name is Patrick. I'm the art director at Socrates Labs, and we are making Ruffy and the Riverside. It is a platforming adventure. The game is hand-drawn, and it does have a very unique gameplay because you can copy and paste textures. So you grab, let's say, ice and throw it somewhere else onto an ocean, and then it freezes.
Pero
so the world can be changed, and depending on your ideas, you can make it through the game in your way. The first thing, of course, we looked at was Paper Mario, and there's this whole library from the N64, like Banjo and Kazooie, but also PlayStation with Crash Bandicoot. We didn't want to copy it, but we love it. We love this game. It's a classic hero journey. Ruffy is setting off to save his hometown, and he has to bring back 6 golden letters. And Ruffy has to return the town sign, because the town sign, it looks like a Hollywood sign, that has been destroyed. So Ruffy has to repair the city sign in order to bring back freedom to the whole world. Keep your eyes open, because many things can be copied and pasted. I mean, we have some apples in the game, and of course blue apples are not very yummy, but if you turn them red, then they give you coins. Yeah, it's a game about your imagination, your creativity, but it's also a lot of fun. So if you love Banjo and Kazooie, and if you love Zelda Ocarina of Time and Mario Odyssey, then you will love it too. This is Ruffy and the Riverside. It will come in June this year for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Xbox
también,
One, and on Epic Store.
Me gusta cuando hacen eso, tipo... Además, estaba pensando en un juego que... El de Animal Well, ¿no? Que tú puedes avanzar a veces de diferentes formas.
This year. And if you can't wait for the full fat release, then there is a demo out for this game right now.
Oh, now, Jules, I want you to take all that cutesy, lovable charm and crush it into dust. Because now we're taking a sharp right turn into sci-fi with a game that puts you on the edge of human extinction. This is Steel Seed, and we might just have a trailer now.
Why? Why do you do it? Get up. Do you really think you're fighting for something? Something more than just survival. Can you even name it? Do you truly know? Is it
Estoy pensando ahora mismo viendo
truth, a father's love?
Que aproveche entonces. Estoy viendo esto y me estoy acordando de Split Fiction.
For them, you must be able to see it. You must know by now. You can't win. Fighting is meaningless, so why? Why do you persist? You come with weapon in hand and anger in your heart. How can you not see it? You will never be like them.
I am one of them!
And you can explore this dark sci-fi fantasy when Steel Seed drops on April 10th.
Now, the next game that we're about to talk about is a little strange, and by that I mean a lot strange. And that's because the words I'm about to use to describe it kind of don't make sense coming out of my mouth. And that's because Fear FA 98 is a combination of FIFA 98 specifically and Silent Hill. Let's take a look.
Hey, get out of here!
Peggy 18.
Bueno, es que este no ha ido allá al diseño PlayStation 2, este ha ido ya al PlayStation 1 más para atrás. Es curiosa la canción que le han puesto, ¿no? O sea, estás jugando al fútbol. Es que lo acabo de ver ahora. Es el FIFA. Bueno, de verdad, o sea, es que este evento, ya con lo de la guerra en tanque. Es surrealista esto, ¿eh? Un FIFA de rollo, no sé, Resident Evil, no sé. Ay, por favor. Es que llega un punto en el que ya dices que está todo creado ya, ¿eh? O sea...
That was... Nathan, words, please?
Without a shadow of a doubt, Fear FA98 is going to be a wild ride when it releases for Switch and PC on May 6th.
And speaking of shadows and a hefty amount of doubt, let's talk about the game Shadows of Doubt, which is about to receive a brand new update. Here are the developers at Cold Powered Games to tell you more.
Killers always leave a trail.
Ah, es verdad que lo sacaron hace poco.
Before they kill again.
Porque estaba en Early Access, ¿no? Creo. La base del juego es el fútbol. En eso estamos ya... Algo está claro.
Shadows of Doubt is a first-person open-world stealth.
Este es el que decían que estaba... algo procedural, ¿no? Algo con... creo. Recordar. Pero decían que estaban muy bien las investigaciones y demás.
To go about being a detective how you see fit. So you could be like a drunk detective, or you could be like a by-the-book detective. You could be a good cop or bad cop. You can pretty much do what you want. You don't even have to solve the case. You can go around stealing things. The main I think attraction for people is that you can live in this sandbox and kind of be in that world. It's almost a bit like role-playing a detective. You can kind of choose your path. So we've got some exciting new updates coming to Shadows of Doubt this year. We've got 3 different content updates, roughly spaced out throughout the year. And the first one is going to bring you the player's ability to smoke. We're adding improved player agency through them being present in CCTV footage. They can set their passcode for their computer, a couple of little Easter egg kind of additions, like a new kind of side hustle. So it's something our writer came up with, and we didn't quite manage to include it before launch, but it's a kind of side job where you can collect shoes.
Son muchas cosas, ¿no? Las que parece que hay que hacer en el juego.
There'll be one citizen in the city who gives you people's shoes to steal, and you'll have to go and track them down and steal them. It's completely ridiculous, but it's a fun little thing that'll be there for players to discover. But that's the kind of little kind of Easter egg kind of detail we want to add to the game, so that's what we're delivering in this update. We had a junior programmer join the team about a year ago, and I tasked them with putting a new game within the game's computer system, something we can add to, and he came up with this card game, and he's been working on it, and he's really proud of it. It's really good. It's the game within a game, essentially. I'm really excited.
Eso sí, los pixelacos lo ves aquí, ¿eh? El de la pared, el pixel.
Update drops on April 22nd. Can't talk too much about the other updates this year, but there's a lot like that. Shadows of Doubt is out now on PC, on Steam, Epic, GOG, and PlayStation and Xbox.
Exciting stuff there for Shadows of Doubt fans, because that brand new update comes to PC and consoles on the 21st of April.
Now, as a vegan booze, I enjoy the benefits of a fruit and veg-based lifestyle. However, upcoming game Arcus Champions is making me think about things in a slightly different manner, because here, fruit is deadly weaponry.
Banana, get down!
Now, this is the law of the jungle. As old and as true as the sky. The ape that shall keep it may prosper, but the ape that shall break it must die.
Move like an ape.
Wishlist now on Steam and Epic Games.
Sin palabras, o sea... no sé. Ah, mira. Esto es para comentar juegos, parece, ¿no? Como un... beat and wishlist, sí. Básicamente. Un TV Showtime de juegos. Antes había una, ahora hay un montón de estas.
Now, Infinity Nikki took the world by storm recently thanks to its amazing fusion of being a cozy open-world adventure game with a focus on fashion.
Oh yes, but it's carnival season and Infinity Nikki's 1.4 update promising strange and hilarious happenings. So, it might just be time for you to jump back in and to whet your appetite.
South of
Here's a trailer.
Otra vez. Madre mía. Yo no lo he llegado a probar este. Estaba gratis, ¿no? En PlayStation, yo creo. Sí. Madre mía, qué pedazo de piernas más largas tiene el gato este. Esto está en Steam. Me interesaría saber si... ¿Cuántos están jugando ahora?
Infinity Nikki is available on PS5, iOS, Android. It's on the Epic Games Store and it's coming to Steam as well.
Jules, if you were a pirate, who would you make walk the plank first?
You?
Oh, no way! I'd make me walk the plank first too.
Oh, there we go. And if you like the sound of naval battling and swashbuckling, then maybe this next game is for you, as this is Trident's Tale. And here is a brand new gameplay trailer, you salty sea dogs.
Salió en Play, pero no en Steam, todavía no está disponible. Este es como un Sea of Stars, ¿no? Con un poco, ¿no? Más de aventura. Siempre están teniendo ciertos. Bueno, ya he metido aquí robots y demás. No sé cómo... Hay algunos que no sé vosotros, pero yo los veo y digo, ¿qué pinta de que van a cerrar al poco tiempo de salir?
That was Trident's Tale, and the best part about this game is that there's a demo available right now, meaning you can play it right now. You don't even need a treasure map to find it.
Lucky you, but now Sono Kuni is a new top-down 2D action game in which one hit means death, and let me tell you folks, it's so addictive it should come with a health warning.
Indeed, it should. So we decided to put things to the test, and the FGS team got together to challenge each other to find out who was the fastest in the game's dedicated speedrun mode.
I didn't play because everyone knew I'd be the best, so there's no point.
That is not true in the slightest. He cried at his desk and told us not to use the footage.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, isn't it?
Don't get involved, okay?
Yeah. Take a look.
Sonokuni speedrun.
I'm going to destroy the competition. I can do a 152. I just can't do it consistently.
I know I'm going to lose. I'm just going to accept that.
Breathe. Zen.
Let's go. I'm probably going to be completely silent doing this because I need to focus.
Come on, let's go. There we go. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, all at the same time. Oh, I've missed 2 guys there. That's a problem. Just going to slow it down a little bit, maybe. Let the spirit of the warrior go through you, man. We got this. We got this.
All right, this could be solid. Just don't fuck it up.
Oosh, oosh, oosh. It's all about just clipping them at that pixel perfect moment, isn't it?
And hit me, but not really. Haha.
Oh boy. Right, can I get this guy to come over the right? Oh, what happened there? Oh, I've actually. No, this has gone so wrong. I'm going to be so far behind now. Some people will go around the car. That would be a mistake.
No. Okay, come on.
Sacan tantos juegos parecidos.
Come on, man. Let's go. Maybe we can pull back a few seconds here and there.
Right, get rid of the
perder
pineapple
un
man.
poco el tiempo, ¿no?
I know I'm not the only one who calls him the pineapple man. I think Jules does too.
Pero bueno, es que nunca sabes si al final va a triunfar o no. Entonces, bueno. Pero da pena porque, joder, ¿cuánto se tiran haciendo un juego? Se tirarán años. Y luego tienen al final 2 semanas abiertas los servidores y ya está. Si es que hay... Y además son cosas que ya están vistas. ¿Qué dices tú?
I don't know why I keep doing that. I've screwed myself.
I know JJ's gonna have gone really fast though, I just know he will.
It's such a good game though. Such a good game. Oh, and I've messed up the ending bit there as well. Oh, fine. I'll take 159. Look, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Nice. I love this. 153.84. Now I've done a 152, but I will take that all day. Thank you very much. I'll get the crown on the way out.
That was Sonokuni. It's brilliant, and there's a demo available right now for you to try.
Now here's the thing, we all love good management games, right?
Oh, yes.
And if there's one place that needs a lot of management, it's hell. It's hell, exactly.
Yeah. The Deadly Path is a management roguelike strategy simulator in which you're in charge of the underworld and the gods of the Dread Pantheon are your bosses.
Oh, I bet they're still easy to deal with an our boss.
Oh, there you are, our bosses are nightmares.
Wait, what?
Sorry, boss.
Yeah, love you too.
Love you, boss.
Here, bye.
Please don't fire me.
Bubba Jump Spring. Anda, que vaya publi le han hecho, eh.
Seek ye glory through the gauntlet of dread. Challenge awaits upon the deadly path. Yes. Ooh, that looked nasty. This gruesome gauntlet is no turn-based chin-scratching. In these dread halls, you'll quickly and definitively find an answer to one of life's great questions. Am I actually good at strategy games? Chaos, carnage, careful quarrying. Walk the deadly path. Wish this now!
And if you want to have a chance at managing hell, then you
bueno,
can
ahora
try
algo
the
de
Deadly Path
Among
that
Us en
drops for
3D.
PCs
Este
on
es
the
el que yo comentaba
25th
antes.
of March, and
South
you
of
can wish this the
Midnight, el
game
de las
right
mascotas
now.
este.
Now, Among Us became a viral sensation in 2020, introducing the world to such terms as sus, imposter, and I swear to God, Jules, if I find out that you're lying to me, I will find you.
Yeah, that might just be you, mate.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but if you want those emotions and many, many more right up in your face, then good news for you, my friend, because Among Us is coming to the world of 3 dimensions. It's Among Us 3D.
Yo creo que aún así, y esto que no he jugado mucho a Among Us, pero me gusta más
That was Among Us 3D, which launches this spring on Steam, PlayStation VR 2, Quest and Pico. Not just that, but it's got a brand new tag mode where, when you're caught, you join the infected to get the rest of the crew.
So good. Now, South of Midnight has been on everyone's radar recently just because of how beautiful that handcrafted art style is.
Oh yes, the more we've seen of it, the more we've been desperate to get our grubby little fingers on it.
Well, luckily for us, we actually got a chance to speak to the devs at Compulsion Games who told us more about their dark, fantastical tale and their take on the Deep South.
Is that
Hazel? The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it, and it ain't just about Mama. I'm seeing these things.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
Hazel is our main character. She's kind of in this weird liminal space between, like, you know,
yo menos mal que siguen poniendo las mismas cosas del juego porque lo he visto ya tantas veces que menos mal que no me han enseñado más porque si no ya habría visto todo el juego.
Well, it's like this, see? Our world is made of strands all wove together. Now, when something terrible or unnatural happens to a creature, the strands get all knotted.
We thought it was good to not have like a chosen one. We like the idea that anyone could be a weaver. It's something that like the land will choose for you when you're in like maybe a time of deep need. And so Hazel, as she's running after her mom's trailer in the hurricane, the land chooses her, and it's just kind of at random. She just kind of blinks, and you can see the strands like in the sky and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And weavers are able to see kind of the fabric of the universe. We call it the grand tapestry. And they're able to manipulate those strands to do various types of spells. And their kind of mission is they heal like stigma in the land, like where bad things have happened that tends to spawn hates. And weavers are able to dispel those hates. They're able to see into your traumas, but they don't like fix your traumas for you. Only you can do that. But they listen to your story, they see your story, they get to see those memories. And I think sometimes that's just what you need is someone to be like, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you. And I think Hazel's journey is also her growing in empathy and understanding of the different things people go through.
Weaving and textiles is super prominent in the Deep South, and we liked that it's sort of a feminine craft. So the idea that her magic power is sort of taking back this traditional feminine craft and making it this beautiful, powerful magic that was pretty important to us. And so she uses weaving tools like the spindle, the distaff, the hooks. She manipulates what we call the strands, and they're these fibers that make up the universe, and they are inspired by lace. And it was really important that they had this sort of tactile feel that also like complements the tactile stop motion direction
cosas nuevas y estoy escribiendo cosas nuevas,
Yeah, so South of Midnight launches on Xbox Series X and S, PC, Cloud, Steam, and it's also going to be day one on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wishlist. Really get the word out there.
Thanks
for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show.
El día 3.
And you do not have to wait that long, my friends, because South of Midnight is set to drop for Xbox Series X and S on the 8th of April.
But coming up next, we've got a game that's very special. It's the first of its kind, an open-world mascot management crime drama.
I cannot wait. I've been waiting years for an exact genre like this.
I know, haven't we all? We've got a brand new trailer for you featuring some new characters that have been designed and painted by some very special guest collaborators.
Painted?
Mami, el juego este también era... No, una locura. Yo creo que quien hace este tipo de juegos tiene que saber bien que tiene un público ahí que diga, lo vamos a petar. Pues yo veo esto y digo, ¿qué es esto? O sea, No sé de qué va el juego.
Promise, mascotto agency.
The investigator is here.
En abril. En abril, chicos.
Promise Mascot Agency will be out on April the 10th for Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. It's on the Epic Games Store and it's on the Steam Store as well.
And also Steam Deck compatible.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Oh, yes. But now, I tell you something about me. I think I'd make a great king.
No way, I thought the exact same thing about you.
Oh, yeah? Like I'd go just the right amount of power, man.
Just 1 or 2 beheadings a week, no more, no less.
Yeah, not too much, not too much.
And if you want to find out what type of tyrant that you'd be, then check out City Tales Medieval Era, and I'll tell you what, it's a brand new trailer for you to chew on.
With 0 real-life dysentery.
Yes, actually, that is a guarantee that you can take to the bank. There is 0 real-life dysentery here. Here.
Wishlist City Tales Medieval Era now to be the first to know when you can take charge of your medieval kingdom.
Now, fresh from its initial reveal last year, Imperial looks to balance fast-paced combat with deep RPG mechanics, and Joseph from Starling Games rose from the depths recently to tell us more about this upcoming title.
Hello, I'm Joseph, co-founder at Silent Games and creative director on our first title, Imperial. Imperial is a third-person action RPG about transcendental revelation. The name kind of does hint towards some supernatural elements. So the story is a very important part of the game, hopefully with thought-provoking themes. I would also emphasize that it is a true RPG. It's full of mechanics and features, plenty of opportunity for theory crafting, players creating their builds. There's an extensive endgame, so we've tried to deliver a complete package. In our game, the combat does revolve around a choice of weapon, but because it's not class-based, you can change that at any time. So you'll get equipment in the game, we have loot drops, that includes 8 equipment slots, and one of those slots is your weapon. And the weapon is probably the most important because it will change your core moves, but yeah, you can switch at any time. So the Glade is the weapon which offers the most mobility. It has the longest basic attack combo, so your basic attack will be 5 hits. It has a teleport attack built into its kit, so you can jump in the air and teleport to the nearest enemies. It's very reliant on deflecting and enemies' attacks, so you have to be pretty good with timing, but we do have stats in the game that improve that. So if you're not good at perfect parrying in Sekiro or a game like that, a lot of the abilities are either greatly empowered or even directly rely on you deflecting an enemy attack and then following it up. And in addition to the core moveset that you get when you equip a weapon, you can equip abilities in the game, so the combat kind of revolves around these 2 things, the weapon and the abilities.
Que la tipografía no me gusta.
One of the weapons is the cannon, and that has 3 different ammunition types which you can switch between depending on your situation. That ammo system didn't exist for a very long time. Its basic attack used to just be a basic shot, and it just wasn't engaging enough, especially when you compared it to the Glade where you do this 5-hit combo and jump attacks and teleport attacks. I think when people first pick up the game, cannon is often the one that does seem a little out of place. It is the most technical of the weapons, and it's just as powerful as the other 2 as well. It's actually my personal favourite weapon. I always tend to play it when I'm doing a new playthrough and then have to remind myself that I should be testing the basic shield and Glade a bit more as well. What's unique about the Mason Shield is the only weapon that has immediate access in its core moveset to a mechanic in the game that is called Barrier. So Barrier is a mechanic that will give you a barrier, which is over the top of your health bar, and the barrier has to be destroyed before it will deal damage to you. And this is particularly useful because if you take 1,000,000 damage and you've got 1 hit point left on your barrier, it will absorb the whole thing because that's what's needed to destroy the barrier. So with the Mason Shield, you can really prepare for even the biggest incoming attacks if you're able to parry something and carry that barrier around. The skill ceiling could mean that you spend a long time on a single weapon and learn it inside out, but as you play through the game the first time, there's going to be lots of things which push you towards trying out all 3 weapons, but I definitely think that eventually you could land on a favourite and just focus on that once you'd unlock pretty much everything. Imperial is coming to PlayStation, Xbox and PC. It is coming in 2025, so please look out for more information. But if you want to play now, then the demo is already available, and we even give you some endgame sets to play around with in the demo.
Imperial is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S later this year. Now let's talk about VR, which has been a blessing for the horror industry, but also a bit of a curse for the my underwear industry. And this year, one of the OG indie horror franchises is making the jump to virtual reality. This is Slender the Arrival VR.
Alone.
I need to hide.
Slender the Arrival is set to launch this spring and coming to PlayStation VR 2, Quest and Steam, so get ready to rip that headset off in terror.
Now, let's talk nuclear disasters and how one of these has affected the north of England, turning it into an irradiated wasteland which some may actually call an improvement. I like I said that because I live there.
Set in an alternate timeline, Atomfall's unique take on the open world RPG is so good you won't even be thinking about that other franchise that starts with an F.
Oh, you mean Fallout?
I said not to say it! Oh. We had a chat with Rebellion all about it, so you go have a look at that while I have a word with him. Sir, you have got to start using these, mister, yeah?
Este sale ahora ya, la próxima semana, ¿no? Creo.
Hello, my name is Richard May. I'm the lead programmer on Atomfall. We're calling it an action survival game, so it's not an out-and-out RPG, but it has RPG-like elements, there's survival elements, and there's shooter elements. So it's going to appeal, hopefully, to a fairly broad audience, experiencing the apocalyptic events after the real-world wind-scale fire of 1957, but with a kind of alternate history twist. So we've taken a uniquely British twist on the apocalypse. So we've got people living under essentially a kind of quarantine protocol. So it's all for their best interest, but it is somewhat oppressive, shall we say. We leave you to your own devices. You're not told to go in a particular direction. We give you a set of leads which you might want to follow, but ultimately it's down to you as to what you do, who you interact with in the zone, who you become friends with, and ultimately who you kill. You can kill anyone in the game if you want to. I'm not saying you should, but you can if you want to. You see quite often games where you have an unkillable quest giver or something like that. I mean, we were desperate to avoid that where we could. So yeah, it's been a challenge. I think we found a good balance that allows you to have that freedom and still experience an interesting story. So we hope that will give people a sense of freedom that they wouldn't normally experience. Depending on the direction you go at the beginning, you should have different experience. There are different factions within the game that you can cozy up to. I wouldn't say become friends with exactly, because none of them are particularly friendly. But yes, you can make friends or enemies as you like in the game. And so hopefully people will experience something different every time they play. It's inspired by classic British sci-fi and a lot of other exciting things from that kind of time period. So we've got giant robots stomping around the place. We've also got folk horror elements, which you might see something that looks a bit like the Wicker Man in the background. And there's loads of little Easter eggs and tidbits that we've sort of taken from British sci-fi and media over the years. So there's loads to discover, and I hope people enjoy finding them. I have to say the cricket bat is still my favourite weapon in the game. I hope people have a lot of fun with that. And there's some little achievements you might use it as well, so look out for those. It does also have a certain amount of the Rebellion DNA in it. The Atomfall world is almost like a giant Sniper Elite level, where we're taking this sort of sandbox gameplay of the Sniper Elite series and expanded upon that to give you the freedom of the world. Yeah, Atomfall's coming out on the 27th of March on all platforms, including Game Pass. I hope you have a good time playing it.
Será divertido.
Atomfall is set to fall into our hands next week on March 27th, and it's coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and X, Xbox One, and PC.
Indeed, indeed. Now, if you're looking for a title in which you can hunt, shoot, survive, and build within the frozen confines of a deadly Earth, then you might like our next title, Permafrost. I personally am kind of enjoying the sun, though, to be honest.
It does sound like life in Scotland.
Yeah, it does, actually.
si también será cooperativo, ¿no? El permafrost.
Coming later this year to PC, make sure you wishlist Permafrost, because it could potentially be the hottest game of the year, and yes, I'm very proud of that pun. Now, our next game is a top-down, open-world, post-apocalyptic action game, in which you have to loot, fight and survive as you build a settlement to shelter you from the horrors of the end days. This is Survive the Fall.
También la Tom Fall sale también para la generación anterior. Curioso, porque ya muchas veces hasta indies, que cuando los voy a poner para Twitter, ya es como PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch, eso sí que es como, bueno, vale. Podía haber salido en las anteriores, pero bueno, que se nota que ya pocos salen,
Survive the Fall is out for PC later this year, and let's be honest, probably good research for the next few years of life on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't know about you, mate, but I absolutely love walking. In fact, without the ability to walk, we probably wouldn't be able to do these links right now.
Oh, yes, and the minds behind indie hits Ape Out and Getting Over It have had an interesting idea for a new game.
And that idea was, what if you were so absolutely lazy that you forgot how to put one foot in front of the other?
Oh yes, we had a special chat with the minds behind this very literal walking simulator.
This is Baby Steps.
Baby Steps is a game about being a 35-year-old who lives in his parents' basement, who finds himself mysteriously transported to a mystical realm where he has to hike up a mountain in his bare feet.
It's a physics game where you control your feet directly. You have to manually take every step. There's no fast travel. Life is hard.
No, definitivamente no va a haber viaje rápido. El burro blanco.
You're challenged and you're sweating and you're leaning forward, and then you're leaning back and you're relaxed, and then maybe there's something kind of funny at the end of that as well, and there's kind of like a ebb and flow to the experience.
Es que seguro que subes arriba y al final es como...
Oh, can you not?
Muy bien, has subido. Ya está. Lo has conseguido.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it. With my, sorry,
with your foot, yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to...
You just kicked, you thought, I'll give it a good kick to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it.
I don't think it's a difficult game, I think is the first thing to say. You can make it...
You're just bad.
No.
Es verdad que todavía hay un montón de Play 4.
So we're taking a very different approach to
Pero hay algunos que
has one path.
Que esto podría salir perfectamente, lo que pasa es que claro, tampoco sé qué significa porque yo no soy desarrolladora, pero...
That are very sort of safe and more or less easy, and we're constantly tempting you off that, inviting you to try something that's a bit more difficult, but on your own terms. And if something that's optional seems like it's too hard, you just don't have to do it.
Also, just because it's an open world game, a lot of the time when you fall off something, you're falling into a part of the world you haven't been to before. We try to design the world so that when you're losing progress, you're not just back where you started, you don't have to do the same thing again, it's putting you on some other path.
Okay, tree.
We've done a lot of work from an aesthetic standpoint to make it so that falling is enjoyable, so that there's rich aesthetic experiences you're having as you're sliding down a mudslide, as you're losing progress. There's cool stuff that's happening, and like there's a lot of richness in what failing feels like in the context of playing this game. It's enjoyable. The purpose of the game is not just to blindly succeed, and part of what we're trying to do with this game is to make the process of not succeeding enjoyable.
Hopefully funny as well, yeah.
What the hell?
Efectivamente, este juego va a ser carne de speedrunners, 100%. En plan, bueno, me dejo caer por aquí y entonces llego a no sé dónde, tipo Souls, ¿sabes? Que solo saben ellos ir por ciertos lados tirando.
What are the parameters of the bet? Is this the speedrun after 6 months?
After 6 months, I think they'll be doing it in 20 minutes.
That's too short.
That will have some crazy glitches and skips. Skipless, like glitchless run, I want to say 2 hours.
I'm going to say 1 hour.
Baby Steps is coming to PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. Give us a wish list.
Fecha. Esta, y ahí se la va a pegar, se la pegó. Y el último jueguito.
Yeah, that's a wrap on FGS live from GDC for 2025.
I've been Jules.
I've been Nathan.
But I tell you what, we shouldn't go without leaving them one last present, right? We can do one last thing, right?
One more thing?
One more thing.
One more thing before we go.
One more thing before.
One last thing before we hit the road.
Yeah, because I've got a psychological horror game, right? That is set inside a manor.
Oh, Jules, I feel like I've seen it before.
No, because what if I told you this manor was completely underwater?
Oh, now we're talking.
This is Dark Mass, a psychological horror game that is set to come for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's going to drop in fall 2026.
Oh, you enjoy that, because we've got to get going now. We've got to walk across that.
What?
Yeah, they're not even paying for the taxi.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Look, I had this fight with them, but look, we better get going before it gets dark. Hurry up, it's going to take a while.
This place has been buried for centuries. Today is our chance to discover what no one else has seen.
Reed, do you copy?
Loud and clear, Alice.
The earthquake has turned everything upside down. You won't believe what I'm seeing. Hey, drop me a crowbar. I'm gonna try to get in. I'm hooking up the camera now. Let me know if you're getting the feed.
Behind you! There's something behind you!
Madre mía.
I've never seen anything like this before. What was that? I think I'm not alone down here.
Qué horror. Y encima bajo el agua, o sea... Dark Mass. De Path Games. Los de Insomnis. Pues muy bien. Oye, hemos aquí aguantado 700 horas para ver todos. Madre mía. Bueno, pues esto ha sido todo. Ha estado muy bien. Yo me he apuntado aquí mis jueguitos. Todos los que me han interesado salen en abril. Bueno, no, el I Hate This Place no. Y muy bien, la verdad. O sea, muchas cosas. Muchas que parece que ya las hemos visto antes, pero bueno. Pero guay. Yo muy feliz de tener la fecha ya del Once Upon a Puppet y del Into the Dead, que aunque sale en Early Access, pues me lo voy a jugar igualmente. Así que nada, pues nada, muchas gracias por acompañarme, de haber estado aquí viéndolo conmigo. Ha sido la primera vez que ha sido tan largo el showcase, pero bueno, ha estado bien, no sé. Al final se pasa rápido, aunque luego son un montón, pero bueno. Y nada más, nos vemos por un montón de lados, por YouTube, por Twitter, por TikTok, que ahora estoy por ahí. Así que bueno, pues nada, espero que os lo hayáis pasado bien y que creo que este se va a poner otro ahora aquí, lo voy a parar. Y que nada, que hayáis apuntado un montón de indies, no indies, y que nos espera un abril muy duro. Así que bueno, pues nada, descansad y nos vemos. Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí, ¿vale? Así que nos vemos. Chao, chao.